about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds, my Garcia can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no brakes. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no dates. Fuck around and end up gold. You getting misplaced. Ain't need the shit that I claim. You dealing with grace. Took over the game. I storm like rain mixtapes. Thankfully, I pin up the smoke like mom mixtapes. Counting cheddar shit. I'm about to make a grilled cheese. Niggas be faker than bad bitches with good weeds. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough. You need the whole team. I've been a G since I could finish my ABCs. Kept it a buck so real niggas look up to me. This butcher boy shit get crazy. When it's sick of me, I'm coughing out these dope bars till they sick of me. Can't get rid of me, still can't find a remedy. Still blowing palms, if it comes to Hennessy. Me and you own our shit independently. When I go out on a limb, I take extremities. I can see right through transparency. Heard his self-esteem low, insecurities. Now I never like it, push the guarantee. What's the recipe? King Elder Fresh 3. All these chapters in my life, you can turn a page. Books can't tell you my story, gotta live a day. Glitch got my back, yeah, you can copy that. Man, we control the scene, you can copy that. We can whole state red like Republicans. Put fire on the track, now it's bubbling. Put your boys eating it, you in trouble, kid. At first 100 mil, double, let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Automatic nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. It's automatic nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Low sick, corona, jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shining king under pressure. West side fat jacks, I took more to measure. Shake the extra slaps, this the start of these street blues. What I talk, royal blood flowing free. Power on my mind, no the gang is kind. Read between the lines, it was in my eye. If they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Undefeated, ultra real, burn gully mountain shit. Couple high shots, turn on the frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless features. Next year they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Now my flow imitate how I board the plane non-stop. The little J gon' take over with my time side.
Yeah, I get right to it. My nigga, we beg your pardon. We putting niggas back in boxes. Yeah, they be hard up. My flow be retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My groove came back. This must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow belt. We all made it to the pro. This is how the mellow. You better yell out help. Here comes the double team. You catch me in the spot. Then you know that the boy is clean. The Louis V look mean with the magazine. So if you try it, you get shot. No vaccine. If you was asleep before I came, then I'm the caffeine. I pull the jokers out the deck. Yeah, there ain't no last. Let me go. In CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan knock me off my chick. Something about the DDS when the sun is hitting. Should be flashing like the lights when you getting
Let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Yeah. What up? You already know it's the man about town, Virgil Berry, aka Stats with the Facts. And welcome everybody, man. I thank y'all for coming out tonight. You already know y'all tuning in, tapping into another episode of Real Talk Podcast. How's everybody doing tonight? Shout out to my brother James Remain, who before the demonstration even started, blessed the Cash App with that 10-piece. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. All contributions are needed, wanted, and very much appreciated. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Jay Germain, man. Hometown representative, 614, representative and native in the building. Shout out to Andrew. How you doing, baby? Everybody, what's good? You know, we about to get into this, man. You hear me? Let's go. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. You hear me? What's going on with y'all tonight, man? How y'all doing, man? It's Wednesday, hump day. You did. How's everybody day going so far? My day is beautiful, man. You know what I mean? It could be better, but it could be a whole lot worse. You know what I'm talking about? Like I said, we all woke up this morning, so we already got the victory and the glory. You hear me? You know what I'm talking about? Y'all make sure y'all meet and greet each other as y'all come up in here, man. You know what I'm talking about? How's everybody doing? How you feeling? How your mama doing? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man, we gonna get into it tonight, y'all. This is a sensitive issue, you know. Vernon 85, what it do, brethren? You know what I'm saying? Got my brethren Vernon 85 in the building, man. What's good? This is a sensitive issue we about to go in on tonight, y'all. You know what I mean? This is something I've been talking about for a long time, man. Anybody who rock with me from the city, from Columbus, know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? From my live video on Facebook, y'all know I've been talking about this for a long time, man. And this is all part of anything you ever hear me talk about is all going to come back to the same thing, to the source. You know what I'm talking about? Make sure y'all meet and greet each other up in here, man. We all family up in here, man. Say your hellos. How you doing? You know? You know what I'm talking about? Make sure y'all greet each other as y'all come off in the demonstration, man. Yeah, I've been talking about this for a long time, man. You know, and it's sad because, you know, it's getting to the point where legislation is getting involved, right? And as always, the main target is our children, right? Let me ask y'all a question before we even get into it tonight. This is a real question to you. I ain't trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be facetious. I'm not like, you know, trying to like put on for the show and YouTube and y'all that. This is an actual real question. So real, I'm gonna just cam up real quick. Let me ask y'all a question. If you have children or a child or children, right? Would you be willing to give up your child, or which one of your children are you going to give up for tribute? I'm going to say that again just in case y'all didn't hear me right. Which one of your kids you going to be willing to give up for tribute? That's a real question, man. Like I said, I ain't trying to be funny or facetious or, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to like put on or nothing. That's a real question. Just think about that, right? As we go in tonight. Tap in and walk with us, right? Tap in and walk with me. Right? So we got numerous organizations, numerous legislations, you know, basically legalized indoctrination. And then we got the whole LGBTQ LMNOP barbecue committee. Shout out to that homie Simple P, man. We got that organization. Notice I say agenda. I say all of that, and at the end I say agenda, right? Because it's a huge difference between the actual, which I'm gonna keep it real. They actually are a community. There's a difference between the LGBT LMNOPQ barbecue committee agenda and the actual LGBTQ community, right? That's how I know my brother said the homie Simple was a real smart dude, because I just think that he knows that. That's why he calls it the committee. But the agenda, think about it, it's the difference between the LGBTQ agenda and the actual LGBTQ community, right? And this is all part, all of this right here, you know what I mean, with the kids coming for our children. And the question is why? And as always, y'all, right, as always, when we think about stuff like this, y'all, the main question we should always ask ourselves, right? Let me see how y'all, right? What's the first question we should ask ourselves? And I'm asking y'all, that's a question too. What's the first question we should always ask ourselves whenever any of this type of stuff comes up, right? First question we should always ask ourselves, y'all. Cui bono? All right. Cui bono? Well, actually, the second question, because the first question is why, right? And then after that, you ask yourself, cui bono? Who benefits? Who benefits from the not only the sexualization, but the over-sexualization, gross sexualization of everybody, but namely, specifically, especially our children? All right. Who benefits from that, y'all? How does society benefit from that? How do we as communities benefit from that? And on a more individual basis, how does us as families benefit from these agendas? Ask yourself that. If you're one of them people who has the mind frame of, my son feels like he's a girl, so I'm going to let him be a little girl and wear dresses and all of that crazy madness, right? Ask yourself why, and then ask yourself cui bono. If you're a parent that's out there doing it, how are you benefiting? Right? How's the child benefiting? We're going to get into it, y'all. We definitely going to get into it. Tap in and walk with us, man. Absolutely none, Verna 85. You hear me? Absolutely none. Zero. Less than zero. -8. Goddamn. You hear me? -8. This is a sensitive subject and topic, y'all. So, you know what I mean? I'm saying, if you faint of heart and this triggers you, then I suggest that you absolutely do not tap in and walk with us. But if you are one like me who questions everything and want to know why and cui bono, tap in and walk with us. Right? Now, think about companies like Disney, right? Think about companies like Disney, right? Disney's been around for a long, long time. I'm talking about a very long time. And they have basically been programming our kids, you hear me? Literally programming them, us as well, for years, decades, man, decades. A lot of stuff people don't know about Walt Disney, man. You hear me? Walt Disney was a hell of a guy, man. He was into a lot of stuff. Luciferianism and Satanism being one of them. He was one of the first members of Aleister Crowley's church. Y'all do some research on who Aleister Crowley is, right? Now we're going to get to this right here. Disney is a diabolical company for many reasons, y'all. You know what I'm saying? One of their main reasons is because of their subliminal imagery in their movies. And to y'all who don't know what subliminal imagery is images that's put right in front of your face that seemingly are hidden, but they're only hidden to the what we refer to as the subconscious mind. And I'm gonna connect some for y'all as well. But Disney is known for putting subliminal images in their cartoons. Uncle Diggity in the building, what's good? They're known for putting this imagery in literally every aspect of everything they've ever put out, right? Now, I'm about to show y'all this image, right? I'm about to show y'all this image, right? And tell me what you think of it, right? Tell me what you think, right? All right. Now, y'all look at that image right there and tell me, what do you see? Some of you may have seen this image before, but to those who haven't seen the image, or to those who have seen the image, don't say anything, right? To everybody who's never seen this image before and don't realize where you've seen it at, this is a image from out of a Disney movie. I think it's one of the Mickey Mouse cartoons or something like that. But look at this image, y'all. What do you see? That's another question. What do you see? This is one of the major tools that's used to subconsciously plant these ideologies into the psyche of not only everybody, but specifically, especially the children, right? Images, when they're hidden images, our subconscious mind copies them and stores them in our memory, our long-term memory at that. You hear me? Think about that. You know what I'm saying? Who have y'all seen this image before? Anybody but a dead body? You know what I'm talking about? They're coming for our kids, man. And these is cartoons that came out back in the day. So just imagine the level of subliminal imagery that's in the movies nowadays. We just was talking about Monsters Inc. the other day, right? And there's hella imagery in Monsters Inc. Right? So when y'all see this image right here, if you have never seen this image before, tell me, what do you see? All right. This is how they're coming for our kids, man. All right. This is how they're attacking them psychologically, perceptually, emotionally, spiritually, and all that rolled up in one. You know what I'm saying? This image right here is disturbing in some ways, but it's also enlightening because it brings a important aspect to the forefront. Now, if y'all watching this image right here, I want somebody to tell me what they see. I want somebody who's never seen this image before to tell me, what do they see? I know it appears to be some flowers. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. It's definitely a picture of some flowers. But there's also a hidden message in this image. Now, to those who've never seen this image before, you probably still can't see it. You're trying to figure it out. Y'all who have seen this image before, don't say anything. Not that anybody's saying anything, but I'm messing with y'all, man. But to those who haven't seen this image, you're looking at an image of some flowers. I'm going to tell you that right now. But do you see the hidden message? I repeat, do you see the hidden message in the flowers? If you have seen this image before, please don't answer. I want people who've never seen this image before to tell me if they can see the hidden message, right? Don't everybody type it in at once. You hear me? Yeah, man. We going in tonight, man. You hear me? And hiding images within images is a good way to implant information. You know what I'm saying? It's a good way to plant ideologies into the subconscious, right? And especially when children see images like this, their brains are fresh. Like I said, their bodies are still moist, which means they're highly conductive, right? Which means they download at a rate quicker than what we do as adults because their brains are still developing, creating those neural pathways and those synapses. So when they learn something, it gets put into their long-term memory, right? You see it, Uncle Diggity, right? Now, to those who have never seen this image, I'm gonna point something out to y'all, and then I'm gonna make a point on a lot of stuff, and hopefully, I'm gonna not use the word hopefully. Let's say, then maybe you'll be willing to over enter out of extra stand that everything is not only not quite what we've been told, but you know what I'm saying? This is proof of the programming. Lance Parker, what's good, brother? How you doing? Everybody say what's up to each other and greet each other, man. You know what I mean? One person, just one person let me know, have you seen this image before? Put a 1 in the chat if you have not seen this image before. Put a 1 in the chat if you have not seen this image before. Right? You hear me? And like I said, y'all, man, Disney is like they are real good, I have to say, with how they put subliminal imagery in everything they do. Right? Okay, Vernon 85 and Jay Jermaine, y'all ain't never seen this image before? Cool, right? Now look at the image. You see flowers, right? But look in between the flowers, right? Look in between the flowers, and you will see the letter S, right? Between the first flower and the second flower. And between the second flower and the third flower, you will see the letter E. And between the third flower and the fourth flower, you will see the letter X. Right? Y'all see that? To those who've never seen it, just look in the center of the flowers. You can see the word sex so blatantly clear, and you never seen it before. You was looking at this image for the past 5 to 10 minutes, right? And you was trying to figure out what the hell this nigga Verge talking about, right? It just looked like some flowers. But I'm gonna point it out to y'all again. If you look in between the flowers, between the first and second flower, you'll see at the bottom the letter S. And between the second and third flowers, you'll see the letter E. And between the third and fourth flower, you will see the letter X. Right? Y'all see it now? Do you see it now? My man Jack Jermaine said it looks familiar. Right? It's a movie, a image from a Disney cartoon from back in the day. Right? And if y'all was to go on y'all's Googler right now and just Google, type in the Google search bar, Disney subliminal images, and a plethora of them will pop up in all types of movies that you just never saw, right? Exactly, Jay Jermaine. That's a fact. Now I'm asking a question to everybody who has not seen this image before, and now you can see the letters clear as day at the bottom of it, SEX. Like I said, in between the first and second flower is the letter S. Between the second and third flower is the letter E. And between the third and fourth flower is the letter X. My guy, number one fly God in the building. What's good, brethren? We got 614 in the building tonight. I'm about to get my machine, man, so I can be hitting the bombs and all that shit, man. You hear me? And I'm going to get one to say, salute to the brother, number one fly God. Yeah, man. Do y'all see it now? That's the question I'm asking. I said, do you see it now? Right? And I bring this image up, not only to correlate and connect it with Disney, right? Because Disney is specifically targeting our kids. I also bring it up to bring up what I think is a very important paradigm, so to speak, right? What video you talking about? They ain't take none of my videos down, not to my knowledge anyway. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what number one fly guy talking about. They ain't took none of my videos down, man. Like I said, not that I know about. Yeah, I don't see it. Whatever. It don't matter. You know what I mean? But yeah, though, man, now that y'all can see the image, if y'all never seen this image before, and after I just pointed out to y'all, now y'all can see it. That is a very profound thing, right? Now think about that, man. Think about if you never seen this image before, and now you can see clearly at the bottom of the words the letters SEX spelling out sex. Oh, the one with Terrence Howard on it. Oh, they did. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that. Uh-oh. Damn. They did, didn't they, number one fly guy? Because it's definitely not in here. The smart grid is now hit. We got to face that. What I tell y'all, man? My brother, number one fly guy. He just brought that to my awareness. I ain't even pay attention to that. Right? Remember I was telling y'all about is Hollywood being used to bring in the smart grid? They took that video down. You did. Let me see something real quick, man. The smart grid is now hit. We gotta face that. Keep trying to tell y'all, man. Now, I still got it on my YouTube studio on my phone, right? But it definitely ain't on my other one. I just checked. It ain't on there. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, they definitely took it down. See what I be trying to tell y'all, man? I don't just be saying stuff just to be. No, I still on there. I'm looking on my list right now. They must have just took it off of out of the what's the name? You hear me? They must have just took it out of the Oh, yeah, well, yeah, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's still on there if y'all go look in the video section. I just checked. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, now that you see this image, you know what I'm saying? I say that I bring up this image to show y'all that everything isn't what it seems, for one. Two, we being lied to. And three, once something is brought to your awareness, man, think about this, y'all. Let me come up for this, man. We get hit with subliminal imagery like this all the time. You know what I'm saying? And this is something I want y'all to think about when it comes to this subliminal imagery, right? Now, if you ain't never seen this image before, and now that you see that it says sex, it's like, wow, like, damn, I didn't even see that shit. Because that's the same way I felt or was thinking when I first saw this image, right? And when it was brought to my awareness, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, man, I was staring at that for a good long while, and I could not see what the hidden message was. That's because it wasn't brought to my awareness. Think about when I talked to you all about compartmentalization, right? But once something is brought to your awareness, like I said, you can't unsee something and you can't unhear something. But once something's brought to your awareness and pointed out to you, especially in an image that has a hidden image within that image, right? Now that you know that that says SEX in them flowers, guess what? Every single time you see this image, that is the first thing you're going to see. You're not going to be able to see anything else. You're only going to pay attention to the words that you know are hidden, but now you know they're not hidden because you know that they're there. So now every time you look at this image, that's all you're going to see. The first time you go pop it up, that's the first thing you're going to see. Now think about the impact that's having on the developing minds of children, right? Think about that, man, right? Think about how long Disney has been doing this to the chillins, man. You hear me? Think about that, y'all, man. Now, and once something's brought to your awareness, now let's connect it to some other stuff, right? And once things are brought to your awareness, remember I said you can't unhear something, you can't unsee something. And once something's brought to your awareness, right, that's all you're going to be able to see from here on out. Whenever you get hit with the mind fuckery or the bullshit or the, you know, the mind games, you're going to be able to see right through it for what it actually is. You know what I'm saying? And Disney is one of those companies that's been using this type of subliminal imagery programming for decades, man. And like I say, y'all do your research into Walt Disney. That boy was involved with a lot of, let's just say, not so good things and organizations and people. You know, like I say, he was down with Aleister Crowley. And y'all do your research into who Aleister Crowley is. Ozzy Osbourne got a song, ode basically to Aleister Crowley, right? You know what I'm talking about, Andrea, man? Andrea, you seen this image before tonight? That nigga Ozzy Osbourne said, Mr. Crowley, right? Remember when I was telling y'all they're using Hollywood to bring in the smart grid? Y'all gotta be able to understand understand how all this stuff connects, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have these conversations, man. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Ain't that something though, Andrea? Once something is brought to your awareness, once something that was once hidden or not known by you, right, is brought to your awareness, you can't unsee it and you can't unhear it. He definitely was. He most definitely was. That's a fact. And listen here, y'all, when I say stuff I be saying, I don't be saying it for fanfare and stuff like that. I'm saying it because it's true. You do your research on who the Walt Disney was, you'll come to find out that, like I said, he was one of the first members of the Aleister Crowley Church of Satan. You hear me? He definitely used the imagery in his Disney movies and artwork and all of that stuff. Y'all go do your research on that. Andrea said, even go back to the old Mickey Mouse cartoon. See the message in there? Some say, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And that's what it's all about. And think about when I be talking about Brave New World, right? And when it comes to this sexualization or over-sexualization, right? You want to over-sexualize the population, specifically, especially the kids, right? In order to confuse everybody about what sex is, the value of sex, if at any, take away its natural purpose, which is to reproduce, procreate, right? You know what I'm saying? And then you turn it into a superficial thing that's even can be sold on the market and made money out of. Therefore, devaluing, inverting its natural purpose, right? Exactly, number one, Fly God, desensitization. Exactly, right? So like I say, y'all, man, once something is brought to your awareness, which was once hidden, which is the exact literal meaning of the word occult. It simply means that which is hidden. That's not necessarily negative connotations attached to it, right? Think about that too. So whenever something's brought to your awareness that you wasn't aware before, when you look at an image like this, it's the only thing you're going to be able to see is SEX. It's all you're going to be able to see. Now think about this when we talk about, shout out to my brother, to our brethren, Red Supreme TV1, when he was talking about the red pill and the black pill and all these different goddamn pill ideologies, right? Remember when I tell you about how they got all these ideologies and identities for us to get a sense of self from? That black pill shit is just another form of that, man. You know what I'm talking about? How about we just get back to being men? Fuck a red pill, blue pill, black pill, purple pill, whatever the pill, blue, orange, green pill, whatever, right? How about we get back to just being men? You hear me? Minus all the pills. Because when I think of pills, I think of medication, specifically, especially psychotropic medication. And I don't want nothing to do with no goddamn it pills, man. You hear me? And this is why we having this conversation tonight about why are they coming for our kids. Mind y'all, this is Disney doing this right here. And I ain't about to sit up here and go through no montage of Disney imagery. Y'all can do that on y'all's own time. You hear me? But Disney is one of those companies, right? Like I said, I just broke down Toy Story to y'all. I mean, not Toy Story, but I could do that too. Just broke down goddamn it, Monsters Inc. to y'all the other day. You hear me? Yes. Why are they coming for our kids, our children? Why? What's the reason? Right? You know what I mean? We got all these different companies, corporations, rations that's specifically marketing their products and services to the youth, to the kids, right? Think about when you watch Netflix, right? If you notice on Netflix, y'all, I know I'm not the only person that notices this, right? I know I'm not the only person that notices this, right? How many of y'all watch Netflix? You did. Y'all know y'all watch Netflix. Everybody watch Netflix, man. Even if you ain't got your own account, using somebody's shit. You hear me? If y'all was to go to Netflix right now, exactly, number one, Fly Glide, and that's why, number one, Fly God, that's exactly why they are targeting specifically prepubescent children. And we're about to get into that a little bit later. You hear me? It's all about not just the sexualization, because you all the way right, Andrew, baby, but the over-sexualization, right? If y'all go to Netflix, let me come up for this. If y'all go to Netflix, what y'all going to see in their anime cartoon section is they have a lot of cartoons, and we all know that cartoons in their essence, right, is automatically geared towards children, right? Although a lot of these cartoons nowadays, they have a lot of adult cartoons, to the point where Cartoon Network for the past 20 odd years, they had an Adult Swim where they show adult cartoons, right? Hunnigan said no disrespect. Yes, that is true though, Jada, man. Think about that, y'all. Go check out Netflix right now and look how much of the anime has to do with demons. Demon Slayer, Demon Hunter, Devlin. Just go look on and see all the cartoon imagery anime, you know, because anime is real big for the past 10, 15 years, right? Notice how they got a lot of the titles of these cartoon shows have to do with something with demon time. And if you look at these cartoons, they're over exaggerated physically with big eyes, big breasts, small waists. The girls all have shapely bodies. This is sexualization on a premature level. And not only that, they're talking about demon time. So this is at an early age, because you know kids like to watch this stuff. This is slowly but surely at a young age, like my man say, from the age 1 through 7. This is indoctrinating when I tell you about preemptively programming, predictive programming. This is what this is. This is perceptually preparing the children to accept these ideologies through imagery. So when this stuff is implemented in society, it won't be such a shock to them because they already been presupposed to it and been pre-programmed, subliminally programmed. This is part of the reason why they're coming for our kids. Because in order to bring in the society that they plan on bringing in and having a population that's just going to acquiesce and bow down to it, you got to get the kids. Like I say, y'all remember us, our generation, early millennials. We remember when none of this stuff was around, so we have a frame of reference. This is why they're coming for us, and especially our children. My brother Jay Jermaine say, I have to educate my daughter on the regular about those cartoons and even regular shows. Yes, yes. And I know it seemed like it's tedious. I know, you know, we so caught up in whatever the world and work and whatever it is. We not running our business, whatever it is. But we must, this is why they hit us with all this stuff, y'all, keeping us busy, so we don't focus on stuff like this. And our kids be sitting up there watching Netflix, watching this stuff for hours, watching, you know what I'm saying, stuff on YouTube and everything. You hear me? Speaking of YouTube, right? Speaking of YouTube, they coming for our kids on YouTube as well. You hear me? How many of y'all's kids, right? How many of y'all's kids mess with this on YouTube? Right, I'm about to show y'all. How many of y'all kids interact with this on YouTube? Y'all hit the Roblox? I know my daughter do. When she was with me, she wouldn't be messing with that stuff like that. Right? How many of y'all kids mess with Roblox? Or Grand Theft Auto? Or Fortnite? GTA? That ain't no disrespect, number one. That ain't no disrespect to anybody, number one, Fly God. That's the truth. right? No disrespect to nobody, but you can't watch TV no more without some type of homosexuality on it almost every single show. No, that's facts. That ain't no disrespect. That's facts. You feel disrespected by that, then that's on you. We don't care. We keeping it straight down the middle fair. You know, we calling this straight. We straight shooters over here. Don't give a damn about none of that. Yeah, exactly. Roblox. Think of all this stuff. All this. Think about the imagery. Think about how this stuff is programming our kids, y'all, man. Preemptively programming them. That's why you think it's so violent. When kids sit at home on the weekend, they don't go to the center no more. They don't play rec ball, youth sports. I mean, they do. But you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I mean. You know what I mean? Kids don't go hang outside all like that no more. That's why I say shout out to my brother James, man, for advocating what he do, man, getting the little young guys, enthused to want to do sports and stuff, man. Sit at the house playing the game all day. You understand what I'm saying? And y'all think that they ain't coming for the kids. Look how violent it is, especially amongst young boys, especially. Well, I ain't even gonna say young boy, young people, period. Y'all gotta know that this stuff is a major contribution to, especially games like GTA, especially games like Modern Warfare, Call of Duty. Definitely them two games for sure. And Fortnite, right? That is getting their minds prepared for the metaverse, the smart grid. Everything always is going to come back to that no matter what we talk about, y'all. They coming for our kids. The question is why, right? Now, as y'all see in the thumbnail, right? As y'all saw in the thumbnail, I had to, as a thumbnail, an agency organization known as NAMBLA. How many of y'all heard of NAMBLA or know about NAMBLA? Right? Fair use, fair use. You hear me? Exactly, Andrea. That's a fact. Masculinity is in the crosshairs. All masculinity, but specifically, and I can't even say specifically for real, y'all, because they're coming for the white. Y'all pay, like I keep telling y'all, pay attention. They're coming for the white guys, man. Their image is being destroyed globally. I said they don't go outside like that, young kids. I have to force my kids and nieces and nephews to go outside and play. Exactly. You find yourself doing that nowadays with these kids. Right? But even though we are under attack, we ain't never claiming no type of victimhood over here, man. None. We don't do it. We just cut their head off, man, with the facts. We use their shit to expose them. Now, how many of y'all have heard of this organization right here? Right? NAMBLA. And let me just say this real quick, and I'm going to cam up. Y'all see how everything the Most High creates, right? Notice I said create. Notice how everything the Most High creates, they try to invert it and turn it into something outside of its original purpose. That's what's up. That's what you're supposed to do, Andrea. Notice how the rainbow was meant to be a sign, a covenant, so to speak, that the Most High wouldn't use water to destroy the earth again. But now it's being used as a symbol for this demon time stuff right here. How many of y'all heard of this organization? The North American Man-Boy Love Association. Look at this imagery, y'all. Are y'all serious? This is naked young boys playing tug of war in the water. Since 1978, they have been an established, sanctioned organization, right? Now, this is exactly. Nothing less, Andrea, nothing less, right? Now, NAMBLA been around since 1978, man. You hear me? I don't even know they've been around that goddamn long. But if y'all haven't heard of NAMBLA before, NAMBLA is an organization that advocates for the legalization of many things, lowering the consent age to like 6. They advocate for the legalization of sexual interaction between men and boys, starting off at the age of 6, right? And they also advocate for, for a lot of other creepy, freaky, demon time shit, right? Let's go to their about section. Who are we? Welcome. The North American Man-Boy Love Association, NAMBLA, was formed in 1978. It was inspired by the success of a campaign based in Boston's gay community to defend against a local witch hunt. NAMBLA's goal is to end the extreme oppression of men and boys in mutually consensual relationships by building understanding and support for such relationships, educating the general public on the benevolent nature of man-boy love. What? Cooperating with lesbian, gay, feminist, and other liberation movements. Look, now walk with me. And supporting the liberation of persons of all ages from sexual prejudice and oppression. Right? Exactly. Exactly, y'all. Everything y'all saying. You're right, Jack Jermaine. This is where this all stems from. History repeats itself, y'all. This is what Socrates and Plato and Aristotle and Demosthenes and all them freaky Greek fun boy ass niggas, right? Back in the ancient Roman days and shit, they was implementing this stuff in society, and the people didn't like it then. That's why they took it underground, and now they bringing it back to the surface, right? A huge lobbying group. Self, you hear me, cuz? Got my brother Self in the building. Y'all see him as Ralph Bates, but I know him as Self. You hear me? Got my cousin in the building, man. That's one of my brothers. Matter of fact, Self, man, I'm going to hit you up after the show, man. We might have to have you come on Friday night, man, and chop it up, man. Have some fun, some laughs for a Friday night fun night, man. Oh, no, Andrew, it's no longer underground. Trump even supported them and donated to them, and in return, he received funding from them when he was campaigning, right? Yes, they are, Uncle Diggity. Yes, they are. I'm going to get with you, cuzzo. You hear me? We're going to tear it up. That's my man. Y'all see my man right here, Ralph Bates, a.k.a. Self. You know what I'm saying? He's going to come on the show Friday night, and we're going to chop up game on a lot of stuff. We're going to tell the story of how we know each other, how we met. You know what I'm saying? Things we've been through out here in these streets in Columbus, Ohio, to the extent that we can. We don't want to incriminate ourselves. But we're going to chop it up. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Y'all make sure y'all come out. Why are they coming for our children? Even more, why are we being silent about it? I refuse. All right. NAMBLA. Now, let's read some more, y'all. Participation is open to everyone sympathetic to man-boy love and personal freedom. NAMBLA calls for the empowerment of youth in all areas, not just the sexual. Wow. We support greater economic, political, and social opportunities for young people and denounce the rampant ageism. Look at all these isms, y'all. Think about all these isms they have for us. Think about all these isms, all these identities for us to get a sense of self from, which is contributing to further breaking up our psyche, making it more easy for us to be programmed. Smart grid, right? Let's continue to read this freaky, creepy, demon time shit, right? The ageism that segregates and isolates them in fear and mistrust. We believe sexual feelings are a positive life force. We support the rights of youth as well as adults to choose the partners with whom they wish to share and enjoy their bodies. We condemn sexual abuse and all forms of coercion. Freely chosen relationships differ from unwanted sex. Present laws, which focus only on the age of participants, ignore the quality of their relationships. We know that differences in age do not preclude mutual loving interaction between persons. NAMBLA is strongly opposed to age of consent laws. Wow. And all other restrictions which deny men and boys the full enjoyment of their bodies and control over their own lives. NAMBLA does not provide encouragement, referrals, or assistance for people seeking sexual contacts. NAMBLA does not engage in any activities that violate the law, nor do we advocate that anyone else should do so. We call for fundamental reform of the laws regarding relations between youths and adults. Today, many thousands of men and boys are unjustly ground into the dysfunctional criminal justice system. Blindly, this system condemns consensual, loving relationships between younger and older people. NAMBLA's prison program, oh my God, with limited resources, works to provide a modicum of humanity to some of these people. NAMBLA is a political civil rights. Pay attention to that. We're about to tap on that. An educational organization. We provide factual information to help educate society about the positive and beneficial nature of man-boy love. Get the fuck out of here, man. Right? Yes, they all did. All of them did on both sides. Right? Now, if that's not indoctrination right there, I don't know what the hell is, y'all. That sounds crazy, right? That sounds absolutely, utterly insane right there. Anybody with the understanding of the English language who just sit up there and heard me read that, I know you were cringing and throwing up in your mouth a little goddamn bit when you hear me reading that. Man, boy, see how they're trying to normalize this stuff? Now, all of these organizations are in conjunction and in partnership with organizations like the Universal, the Universal goddamn Catholic Church. It's very demonic, Andrea. Very. That's what it is. Make no mistake, man, about it. Now, this organization is diabolical for lots of reasons, man, specifically because they're trying to advocate for normalizing, legalizing sexual interaction between adults and underage children. Right? Talking about some consensual. How the hell is a 6-year-old who we don't let vote? Let me come up for this again. Now, mind y'all, man. Mind y'all. We don't let underage people vote, drive to a certain, or let's think about, let's stick to 6-year-olds, right? We don't let 6-year-olds drive, work, pay taxes, buy cigarettes, buy alcohol, right? They can't own property, or can they? Just think about all the stuff that they can't buy guns, right? There's a lot of stuff that children that age absolutely cannot do, and for good reason too. So why in the hell are we letting children not only decide if they want to be something different than what they naturally are? A little boy wants to be a girl, or a little girl wants to be a boy. Not only that, we're sitting up here putting into their minds that if they feel that way, it's okay. And not only that, if they want to get some medication, some hormone, right, therapy, or even get some invasive surgery to make their physical match what they feel they are in their head. Think about that, y'all. This is high demon time. And me and my dad are going to get into this. We might expound on this topic right here on next Sunday. You hear me? It's crazy, man. Utterly insane, y'all. Right? So we got organizations like NAMBLA who have political power, political backing, right? And they actually have influence, right? Now we want to read this letter, y'all. I'm about to read this letter. You hear me? This is a so-called letter from a young Hispanic guy named Magic. July 19th, 2022. We last heard from Magic, a Hispanic youth who last wrote to us this past November. He then wrote in Spanish, but has now done it in English. He writes to comment on our recent essay condemning American gun worship without apparent training in logic. He also presents us with the fallacy most people miss. Okay, that's not what I thought it was. We ain't gonna read that. All right, yeah, I'm about to read none of these letters now. Okay, listen to this letter right here. Hello, I'm a 14-year-old boy, and I recently found out about NAMBLA. I'm proud to say that I fully support it. For the longest time, I repressed these feelings I had toward older men, and it felt very isolating. After I found out about NAMBLA, I have now realized that this is completely normal, and others are like me. Regardless, I would like to mention how relieved I am right now to finally find a community that supports and advocates for man-boy relationships. Even though I only found this group recently, I feel as though I can be a bit more honest with myself and not feel as ashamed as I was before. Thankfully, the large majority of my family, friends, and even teachers were very supportive when I came out as a transgender and gay, which was around 2 years ago. Wow. So maybe it was 12. I have already legally corrected my name and have been on testosterone for nearly a year. Despite society's perspective on transgender healthcare, I can proudly say that it was the most amazing choice I ever made in my life. I could barely even wake up in the morning and look at my body, but now I've never felt any more happier and liberated in my life. I pray to, now listen to this, y'all. Look at this. Let me see if I can bring it. Yeah, my screen's still messed up, so I can't enlarge it. Do y'all see this, man? Yes, exactly, Jay Jermaine. What? Yeah, man, and that's all good, man. Because let me come up real quick. Shout out to Sinful to P again, man. Right? Because when he said this day, I was like, damn, man, that's the same shit my pops used to tell me, man. Listen here, though. Sin is sin, right? But it's certain shit that the Most High is just disgusted by. You hear me? And when it comes to the LGBT LMNOQ situation, the Most High utterly despises it. Above not all sin, but some sins, a lot of different sin, which is all equivalent on some level and at the end of the day, but some sin he just specifically. And this is one of them. Think about it like this. When the Most High thinks about the LGBTQ LMNOQ agenda, he thinks about throwing up. He thinks about smelling shit. He thinks about rancid meat that's been sitting out for 12 days in the hot blazing sun. You hear me? That's how the Most High feels about the LGBTQ LMNOP. And I hear so many people who claim to be a part of that so-called alleged community to always be saying they believe in God. Yeah, exactly, number one fly guy. Exactly. Yeah, Andrea, man, listen here. Man, listen here, y'all, man. Let's read some more. He said, I pray to G-D. Now, look at that, y'all. Can y'all see that? I gotta get my computer fixed, man. All right. Do y'all see where it says, I pray to G-D? Notice it's a capital G, a dash, and a lowercase d. What did I tell y'all about when y'all see this word spelled any other way than in all capitals? Right? I'm going to finish reading that. Eventually, I'll be in a wonderful relationship with a man that I sincerely love. Pause. I am ready for a deep connection like that. Pause. But my biggest fear is that I'll never find a man who sees me as a normal boy. Pause. Oh, Pinocchio, I'm a real boy, but I want to be a girl-looking ass man. Does NAMBLA also includes trans boys/men? My friends and sometimes my anxious mother do reassure me that one day I will find someone who will look at me and love me, all of me, and not care one bit at all. Someone who just loves me for me. I really hope that day will come. Thank you so much for everything, Elijah. This is fucking unbelievable, y'all. Thank you for your supportive words. Concerning your question, does NAMBLA also include trans boys and men? You may have read on our page who we are, that among the stated goals is the supporting the liberation of persons of all ages from sexual prejudice and oppression. We hope that you understand that NAMBLA does not offer ways for individuals to meet each other than for work of an activist nature. Yeah, right. We also urge all to not break laws if they find them unjust. Though means. No, he didn't say Republican. He's Democratic means. Right? For the P, man. You hear me? Real one. It's only not it's a handful of real ones on this YouTube, y'all. And when I say that handful, I mean like literally a handful. Man, this is crazy right here, y'all, man. When I found out about this organization, y'all, I said, man, get the fuck out of here. Right? Now, right? So we got the NAMBLA situation out there, right? Remember when I was talking to y'all, right? Remember when I was talking to y'all about SRA, right? Remember I was telling y'all about SRA? See, they be acting crazy. This is what I'm saying. It's the memory hole on Google. Hold on real quick, y'all. Remember I was telling y'all about SRA? Cam that boy, what's up, man? Cam that boy. What'd he say? He said, when I was 14, I was playing video games and shit, not thinking about my body and gender. Shit is beyond. Yeah, exactly. When we want, like I said, man, we are listen here, and I'm glad you said that, Cam that boy. We are putting images, notions, thoughts, ideologies into these kids' mind at ages where they're not even contemplating such things. At the age of 6, you want to go play outside and get dirty and catch bugs and all of that stuff. You're not thinking anything sexual at the age of 6. So the question has to remain, why and cui bono? Right? Democratic means sounds crazy when you know what yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, I don't already broke that down to what democracy means, man. You hear me? Crazy, man. Goddamn it, insane, y'all. Right? Now, y'all remember when I was telling y'all about SRA, right? Satanic ritualistic abuse. It's raining outside, right? How many of y'all are familiar with SRA? Right? I'm telling y'all right now, man, we just getting, we an hour in, but we about to go real in. Pause. We about to go deep. You hear me? We about to get to the reason, the roots of why they coming for our kids. Right? And we on our way there right now. You hear me? So how many of y'all are familiar with SRA, satanic ritualistic abuse? Right? This stuff been around for a long time, man. What'd you say, Andrea? Guess what other group is spewing the same talking points of equality, acceptance? The Church of Satan. Recently, they were down in Arizona due to the abortion issue and signed up about 1,000 new men. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly, Andrea. It's crazy. This stuff has been going on for a long time, literally thousands of years. You hear me? If not tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of years. You know what I'm saying? Now, think about when we think about missing children, right? Think about the stat room. Now, remember when the other time I told y'all, if y'all call up each state, that they keep track of how many children go missing per year. You'd be surprised at how many children, reported children, come up missing every year. You already know, Ken, that boy, it's already coming out in the open right now. This is why they're talking about lowering the consent age, and they got organizations like NAMBLA making themselves very, very public nowadays. Yes, but I'm gonna come up real quick, right? Let me come up real quick. Jay Jermaine, yes. I'm gonna give y'all a brief. I'm about to drop some game on y'all real quick. You hear me? I'm gonna give y'all a brief lesson in etymology, semantics, right? Sex magic, right? Jay Jermaine says sex magic. Yeah, but it's not MAGIC. It's MAGIK. Right? Y'all got to understand the difference between magic spelled with a C and magic spelled with a K. You hear me? That's why I be telling y'all to study etymology. Not entomology, E-N-T, the study of insects or the origin of insects, but etymology, E-T-Y-M-O-L-O-G-Y, the study of the origin of words. You know, I just want to drop that in real quick. SRA, y'all. Satanic ritualistic abuse. This is a centuries-old practice, thousands of years, millennia-old practice. And this is literally where everything we hear about MK Ultra, any type of mind control, any type of, you hear me talk about trauma-based mind control. This is where it stems from Satanism and Luciferianism, which is Walt Disney was a member of, right? And through SRA, satanic ritualistic abuse, this is how they use trauma-based mind control to manipulate and indoctrinate children, especially into the Luciferian Satanist ideology. All right, this is very real stuff, y'all. You hear me? And one of the main ways they do that is through sexual or traumatic sexual trauma-based mind control. Think about movies like the Marvel movie that just came out, right? With the girl, what's her name? Scarlett Johansson carried the Black Widow, right? Think about back in the day, the movie La Femme Nikita, right? Think about the movie that came out not too long ago called Hannah. Yes, exactly, Jay Jermaine, exactly. And this is how satanic ritualistic abuse works, y'all. All right. While indoctrinating these children into the Luciferian Satanist ideology, they perform extreme, rude, lewd, shrewd, diabolical, and evil sex magic with a K rituals on them, right? A lot of these, like I say, if y'all do your research into this, Satanists make up about 4% of the U.S. population. Notice I didn't say white people, but they make up about 4% of the total U.S. population. Now, y'all do what 4% is of, let's just say, 350 million people. All right. Now, think about the number of kids who don't get reported come up missing. Now, think about when we hear about all these stories, PSYOP, psychological operations, about all type of kids just coming up missing. Then you read your research into who created the Amber Alert system, right? The Amber Alert system, right? Y'all know that when our phones go off and it tells us about some kids missing and all that stuff, all these organizations are tied into each other and connected to each other when you do your research and follow the money. Exactly. You're right. You are exactly right about NAMBLA, right? They'll have kids just to delete them to make their witchcraft more exactly for their sacrifices. Yes, they do. Right? This is a fact. This ain't no conspiracy theory. This is facts. Right? And stop voting, period. Lance Parker. Tim Ballard, yes. Listen here, I'm going to come up for this real quick, too. Just imagine what would happen if nobody voted. Now, I'm not telling you not to vote. You do whatever you feel is necessary fit for you to do, right? I'm not telling nobody to not vote. I'm not telling you to vote. I'm saying imagine what would happen if nobody voted. Exactly, Cam, that boy. You already know. It's not a liberal thing. They all on the same side. Unfortunately, it's just a big show. Yeah, they all on the same side, but they all have their own ways about how they want to go about bringing it into fruition. And they all got their own ideas about who they want to run it. Right? But they all are on the same side nonetheless. Right? That is a fact. That is 100% facts. So let's get into this SRA thing, y'all. And I'm about to get real dark and deep. I ain't gonna say dark, but I'm about to get real ill. I'm about to go ill on y'all, right? Why they come for our kids, right? Yeah, I got that book too, Jay Jermaine, right? Crazy. See, when we get down to all of this stuff, y'all, right? We get down to the get down. This is what it comes down to, and this is why they're coming for our children, right? Remember when I told y'all about Don Castaneda and his stories he was writing about Don Juan, who was a South American mystic, right? And he was telling stories about this outside force from another dimension that was having influence in our dimension and manifested in our dimension as reptilian beings. Y'all check out Carlos Castaneda's Don Juan stories, right? And in one of the books, it was talking about what is known as the cloak of awareness. Have y'all ever heard of the cloak of awareness? Right? The cloak of awareness is a fringe of energy or input output carry signal or auric field or human magnetic field, right? And when we are in our prepubescent years, it is at its most potent. Now, think about when I said when we're young, where our bodies are very moist, which means they're very susceptible to electric manipulation and picking up and downloading like that, right? Think about that. Now, this cloak of awareness is a fringe that goes around our human magnetic field. Chaos Rain, what's good, bro? You get them likes up. Hit that like button. Smash that like button. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Now, in our prepubescent years, y'all, this cloak of awareness is was described by Don Juan as a coat of pure energy that surrounds our human magnetic field or input-output carrier signal, right? And in our prepubescent years, it's potent, which means it's for high connectivity, high conductivity, which means we can download information like that. The only negative side effect you could say of it is it gets stored in our long-term memory, right? Think about that. Yeah, you know where I'm going with this, Andrea. You know where I'm going with this, right? The cloak of awareness, and it's very pure, it's very potent, right? This cloak of awareness is where when we are young, our bodies produce a lot of what? What was I talking about the other night? Adrenochrome. I told y'all that adrenochrome is like like how some of us have O negative blood that anybody can use. Adrenochrome is very, very powerful neurotransmitter or brain chemical, right? You know what I'm saying? And when you're young, your cloak of awareness or your human magnetic field, your aura, your auric field, your input-output carrier signal is so potent and strong, right? And it's vibrating at a very high energy, a very high frequency. It's oscillating tremendously, right? Right? And these entities, right? Those who from heaven to earth came, you know, those who came into the daughters of men, right? The Anunnaki, right? Now think about in Transformers when they used to show us them getting them energon cubes. You hear me? Walk with me, y'all. Walk with me. Andrea know where I'm going with this, right? Because we talking about our kids, right? When we are young, prepubescent, which means we're the age of 12 or 11 or younger, right? This our human or magnetic field is very potent and strong, right? It still has a strong connection to the source, right? And these entities that manifest through organizations like NAMBLA and these bloodline families like the Rothschilds and the Warburgs and the Schiffs and so forth and so on, right? Even the British royal family, right? The Windsors or the Saxe-Coburg-Gaithes or Gothlists. You hear me? When you do your research into these y'all hear me talk about bloodline families? It's a reason why I say that, because they can trace their bloodline back to LSD. You hear me? Yeah, man, we going there tonight, man. We talking about our kids. And these bloodline families, as y'all pay attention, if y'all do your research into this, and even some of these families are coming out admitting it, right? They're admitting that. And think about this. We all have a R complex, a reptilian complex in our brain. Remember I showed y'all the other night what the R complex is? It's the oldest part of the human brain. Remember when my dad was talking about you hear me? Now think about this, man. Think about this. Walk with me. Now these entities that manifest through these different bloodline families, they're not human. I have the testicular fortitude to say that. Not only just to say it, but I can prove it. You hear me? I'm very confident in that. And in order for them to keep their human form, they must have an exchange of energy to keep the genetic code intact. You hear me? And adrenochrome is the conduit. Adrenochrome is the base, you know what I'm saying? How can I say it? Adrenochrome is the base element that can sync and link human DNA with the DNA of LSD. So in this reality, it can keep its human form. Let's talk about our kids. Now, this is why in the Catholic Church especially, in the satanic Luciferian church too. This is why they partake in sexual relations with prepubescent children, right? When a priest is violating sexually a young boy, it is not actually the priest doing it, but it is the entity working through him, right? Siphoning this energy from the young boy in order to do what? Use his energy to keep the human form, right? When the priest is molesting sexually a young boy, the entity that has control over him is working through him, siphoning the energy from the young boy through the sacral chakra. Oh yeah, we going there tonight. So when the priest freaky ass is violating sexually the young boy from behind in the Bucci, right? He's really siphoning that energy. Remember I told y'all about Monsters Inc. when they use the energy from the fear of the children by traveling through portals under their bed to scare them. They use that energy to power their world. Exactly. And not only is it a sacrifice, it's the raw essence energy. It's the very raw energy, genetic code frequency that can give them life, keep them youthful, and keep them from changing into their true form when the code is broken. So this is why they come for children. This is why children come up missing. This is why children get violated sexually. And this is why organizations like NAMBLA want to make this legal so they can do it out in the open. Because I guarantee you, yes, the Thelema Society. Yes, y'all heard me talk about the Thelema Society before. Yeah, Kim, that boy. Yeah. Right? And they're siphoning energy. I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in depth at another time. Maybe my dad can help me out with this. But they're siphoning the energy from the children through the sacral chakra. This is the very dense, listen, y'all, fear, trauma, anger. This is a low, dense, vibrating energy, right? It's not a high frequency energy. It's a very low, dense energy, right? That's why when you feel angry or upset or depressed, you feel heavy. You feel downtrodden, right? Walk with me, y'all. So when a priest is violating sexually a young boy or a young girl, the entity possessing them is siphoning the child's energy in order to keep the genetic code intact. And that energy is being harnessed, right? Just like in Monsters Inc. when they scared the children through trauma-based mind control. And this is how they do trauma-based mind control. And this is how you control the minds of children. And that's what SRA is all about. So think about the millions of children who go missing who we don't even know exist because they're a part of these Luciferian and satanic organizations and groups. Now, mind y'all, 4% of the U.S. population is knowingly, admittingly Satanist, Luciferianist. Y'all find out how much 4% of the total U.S. population is. Me and Garnett Wallace, what's good? And yeah, some of that. Right? That's why they coming for our kids. Right? Y'all remember the movie They Live? Huh? See, children are pure. They're, like I said, our bodies is moist when we're young, which means they're highly conductive. You hear me? And that cloak of awareness, so to speak, that essence, right? That's that God energy in us. created in the Most High's likeness when we children and we don't have a full over inner outer understanding of this reality and what it is, right? LSD wants that energy and use that energy and harness that energy and use it as an interface to be able to enter into our reality. Now he's manifesting through unintelligent artificial intelligence. Exactly, Andrea. I don't give a damn if anybody call me crazy. I know what I'm talking about. Debate me on it, right? You hear me? So I suggest y'all go read them Carl Castaneda and Don Juan books, man. Memoirs of Don Juan by Carl Castaneda. You hear me? Exactly, Lance Parker. This is why I like having these conversations, man. Exactly, Lance Parker. It's two opposite poles of the same energy, right? And this is why they come for our children, because our children are pure in their energetic resonance and essence. It's like harnessing energon cubes, and they harness this energy in its most potent form through the sacral chakra, which is why when you do your research in the SRA, you find out that a lot of the young boys and young children who are sexually violated are found with anal disruption, ruptured anuses, because they are siphoning this energy through the sacral chakra. I keep telling y'all, chakras, yoga, all of that shit is demon time, y'all. Y'all need to relax with that shit, for real, for real. You did. Now, we about to get into some more stuff. How many of y'all heard of Kathy O'Brien? Right? Ever heard of Kathy O'Brien? She's put in Google, they got her listed as a conspiracy theorist, right? That's not Kathy. Is this her book or is this a story about her? Yeah, it's a story about her book. Hold on, y'all, real quick. Let me bring this back up. How many of y'all heard of Kathy O'Brien? This is how you know they're hiding information on you when they don't have a picture of you on your Wikipedia page they got for you. Right? I'm going to pull up some of her images real quick and get the real Kathy O'Brien. Right? How many of y'all heard of Kathy O'Brien? I know you probably did, Andrea. Andrea don't know. No, she do her research. Right? How many of y'all heard of this lady right here, Kathy O'Brien? She wrote a book back in the day called The Transformation of America. She was, through her father, who was a Michigan politician and also a Luciferian Satanist, she was enthralled into SRA and was basically a breed mare for the satanic Luciferian organization that controlled government, industry, and entertainment and everything. She wrote a book called Transformation of America, right, where she talks about her story and about SRA and how trauma-based mind control is used, and talking about how a lot of people who we think is human isn't human. And Kathy O'Brien's still alive to this day. You know, could be argued, take her seriously, take her not, but her research is something to be looking at. You hear me? Go check that book, Transformation of America, out. I'm about to go to it real quick. This is her book right here. Let me go somewhere else. But that's her book right there. Y'all see it? Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And I already told y'all about how the CIA came up with that term conspiracy theorist, right? The CIA specifically came up with that term to discredit everybody who was trying to logically and rightfully research the JFK assassination, right? And there was so many people from so many credible backgrounds, credible organizations that was investigating and asking the specific questions, dispelling the whole cover story, that they labeled anybody who questioned anything about John F. Kennedy's assassination a conspiracy theorist. And that is automatically associated with somebody who's crazy. And you automatically shouldn't believe a conspiracy theorist because, you know, they're crazy, right? And that's where that comes from. That comes from the CIA. And y'all still use it to this day. A lot of y'all calling people conspiracy theorists. What is a conspiracy and what is a theory? Right? And just to be even more real with y'all, a lot of the so-called conspiracy theories, they're true. They end up being true. Right? You know what I'm talking about, Andrea? You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Kathy O'Brien is a G if her story is true. You hear me? And like I noticed what I said, if her story is true, question everything. Right? But I think that she's giving some very credible information because it cross-references with a lot of stuff I've done my research into. So, right. You know what I mean? Y'all do some research into Kathy O'Brien. She wrote that book called Transformation of America. The True Life Story of a CIA Mind-Controlled Slave by Kathy O'Brien and Mark Phillips. Now, Mark Phillips was her husband. He unfortunately was murdered a couple years ago. Right? Her husband, Mark Phillips, who helped her and her daughter, Kelly, escape, basically. They just murdered him a couple years ago. You know. And just to give y'all more insight into this SRA thing, I strongly suggest y'all go read her book, Transformation of America. I read it when I was in the joint, but I need to add it to my collection. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, y'all, it goes deep, and they're coming for our children. Mind you, when Kathy O'Brien was involved in all of this stuff, she was involved in this stuff from the time she was 6 until the time she was like in her early 30s. And she cracked the whole lid open, right, on this whole SRA thing and how deep it goes and how wide its hand reaches and how it's in the upper echelons of society, specifically in entertainment and government and industry, finance. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, man, Gardner on Wallace. That's why I say question everything. Don't believe anything I say to you. I don't share this information to get you to believe it. I share this information with you to bring it to your awareness. I'm going to say that again. I don't give y'all this, share this information with y'all to try to attempt to make you believe what I'm saying to be true. I put it to y'all so you can decide for yourself. You know, you have a different perspective to look at things from as to which to get a good grip on what you're being told is true or not. And then you decide what you think, believe, right? Question everything. That's why I always say that. Question everything, especially what you hear from me. So is it clear to see that they're coming for our kids? Now, y'all hear me talk about this a lot too, right? This is a movie that was brought out to us in book series like most of these movies do, right? The Hunger Games. More proof on them coming for our children. I don't have to go deep into stats. I don't have to do any of that, although I can. I just don't think it's necessary because this is more prevalent. The imagery is way more effective than numbers and analytics on graphs and shit like that. When you see imagery, that shit is implanted into your fucking psyche, man. You hear me? You can't unsee something. Now, if y'all notice that this bird in the middle, you know what I'm saying, they call it the whatever, but it's really a phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do the research on what the phoenix bird is. Anyway, y'all remember when they came out with the Hunger Games, the movies? And that's why I keep telling y'all that they coming for our kids. That's why I said to y'all, which one of your children or or is you willing to give your child up for tribute for your district? Because the Hunger Games is here. Oh, we ain't seen nothing yet. You hear me? But tap in with me though. The Hunger Games was a dystopian society, much like 1984, much like Brave New World, right? Where the whole world was ran by a small elite who lived in huge mega cities called capitals, right? Where they lived the most affluent, luxurious lifestyles, while the rest of the world lived in utter squalor, right? We're about to connect some dots with this Hunger Games thing. I've been on this for a long time, right? You hear me? Now think about it. The Hunger Games, sacrificing children. Every 75 years or every year, they celebrate the Hunger Games, where 2 children are picked from each district, 12 districts, which means 24 children, to fight to each other to the death, to represent their district, in culmination of the Great War that ended all wars and brought in the current Hunger Games society, much like the society that's coming in right now as we goddamn it speak. You hear me? And then the Hunger Games, they're divided up in districts. You hear me? Pay attention to this stuff, y'all, man. And children were pitted against each other to fight to the death. Right? And if they refused, there was a brutal police force, police state in between the elites in the capitals and the everybody else in the districts. Think about that, y'all, man. Separate and divide. Think about when I talked to y'all about the wildlands urban interface and the urban growth boundaries and the wildlands project, smart cities, the smart grid. All of this stuff connects and correlates, y'all. Right? So when we ask the question, why are they coming for our kids? Clearly because they want to come for the children. The children, in order to take over the society and bring in this goddamn smart grid metaverse shit, you got to get the kids addicted, connected, energetically, psychologically, emotionally to it, spiritually to it. Because they the ones that's going to grow up in the very society that you want to put in place. And so in order to indoctrinate them, you have to get them young. You got to break their psyches up young. This is why they want to lower the sexual consent age through organizations like NAMBLA to 6, prepubescent, before the body starts to physically go through that change. Right? And they want to sync and link them to the smart grid via human brain computer interfacing. Walk with me, y'all. All of this stuff is connected, man. So I ask y'all, which one of y'all kids is you going to give up for tribute in your district? Right? They're coming for our kids, man. Make no goddamn mistake about that. They're coming for our kids, man. So any questions, anybody? Anybody got any questions? Anybody want to come up and drop some jewels on that? Andrea, man, bring your ass up here, girl. Yeah, man, they coming for our kids, man. Just to let y'all know, they're most definitely coming for these children. You hear me? These children. Coming for the children, man. The main question, like I said, is why and for what purpose? Cui bono, who benefits? Now think about that, man. When y'all think about all these so-called religionist organizations, like the Catholic Church. Remember they just had that movie that came out a couple of years ago, Spotlight, with Mark Ruffalo. Nah, you good, Andrea, baby. It's all good. Right? We got organizations like NAMBLA, right? Another more proof that they coming for our kids, right? More proof. Right? I still, for the life of me, I can't figure this. I ain't gonna say. I mean, I understand what it is, but just to say, just to say, right? Why are they doing this? Why? Cui bono? Who benefits? What is the purpose of this? Who's benefiting from this in a positive way? Right? Drag queen story hour. Now you even got drag queens who are famous, known drag queens coming on YouTube speaking out against this bullshit. Right? Yeah, Spotlight was a dope movie, man. I suggest y'all go watch that movie, Spotlight. You hear me? Spotlight touched on SRA a little bit too. Oddly enough, SRA goes hand in hand with the so-called Catholic Church. Because just in case y'all ain't know, and I have the testicular fortitude to say it because I can prove it, the Catholic Church, the Universal Catholic Church, notice the word universal. Not international, but universal. The Universal Catholic Church is rooted and based in Luciferianism and Satanism. Look at the imagery. Look at the symbology. I mean, the Pope only wears a diamond encrusted cross with the all-seeing eye on it. He wears a mitre. The Pope wears a mitre, which is a fish hat showing tribute to the fish god Dagon. That's why they use that fish symbol. The fish symbol ain't got nothing to do with the story of when Jesus took the fish and fed the thousands of people. No. The fish is a symbol in Christendom, Christianity, because it's representing Dagon. Right? And if y'all think I'm bullshitting, right? If y'all think I'm bullshitting y'all, making something up or blowing smoke up your ass, you hear me? Check it out. Check it out. All right. We're gonna get back to this, y'all. We're gonna get back to that super fun boy ass nonsensical bullshit right there. All right. And just in case y'all think I'm bullshitting y'all, that's Dagon right there. All right. Notice his hat he has on right here. Who wears that hat? Right. This is called the MITRE, the MITRE. There's a think tank organization called the MITRE Corporation. All right. So whenever you see the Pope with his fish hat on, this is where you get it from. right? Look at that fish head. Y'all see that? Exactly, men guarding their own wallets. That's why you got companies like VIP Kid. Y'all heard of VIP Kids? VIP KIDZ. Kobe was involved with VIP Kids. Kobe was involved with a lot of shit, y'all. I don't mean to just throw Kobe in there like that, but he was involved with a lot of shit. You hear me? So when you see the Pope wearing that hat, ain't got nothing to do with no fish Yeshua gave out to nobody. This has everything to do with Dagon. Has everything to do with this guy. See, look, you see that? You see Dagon? Now you see the Pope with his fish hat on. Do y'all see the connection and the correlation? The Catholic Church, just like most other organized religions, are the synagogue of Satan. And that's what this is all about at the end of the day, y'all. You hear me? Especially when it comes to our kids. Notice in the Bible the stories of when LSD demanded sacrifices of the firstborn. Right. So they definitely coming for our kids, y'all. That's a fact. And I like talking about this type of stuff because this is irrefutable. You can contest it, but if you was to try to debate on it, you're going to get shut down every trip, especially talking to a guy like me. Because I'm going to crush your whole paradigm. Notice I keep using that word. I'm going to use it in its proper context, though. Right? Lil Nas X is signed to a Chinese corporation. Ran record label. That explains an attack on our man. Exactly. Exactly, Uncle Diggity. They're coming for masculinity, man. Because listen, and me and my dad gonna get into this, y'all, not to get off topic, but this is exactly why they're coming for the kids. And they want to confuse the kid, like I say to y'all all the time. They want to confuse, especially the kids, about gender and sex in order to bring them in to have them perceptually prepared, perceptually synced and linked electronically through the smart grid to live in a society where there is no gender. And this is basically the digitization, right? This is basically the Baphomet agenda, the Baphomet ideology, the Baphomet, you know what I'm saying, entity going viral, so to speak. Think about it like that, right? Now let's connect some more dots on how they coming for our children, right? Another movie series, y'all, that I know everybody is familiar with, right? I know everybody knows this guy, right? We're going to get to drag queen story out here in a second, but I just want to connect these dots on how they're coming for our kids. We all know who this guy is, right? We all seen these movies, right? We've all seen the Harry Potter series, maybe even bought our children the books. You know what I'm talking about? We may even read the books ourselves because Harry Potter's been around for a long time. Now, I didn't get into Harry Potter when I was a kid because I wasn't into that demon time witchcraft shit when I was a kid because I knew something was weird about it even then. But I'm very familiar, and I wonder how many of y'all are familiar with the author of Harry Potter series, right? Harry Potter, in the storyline of Harry Potter, is the descendant of demon time bloodline descent. Look at who his mom and dad was. Right. How many of y'all are familiar with the author of the Harry Potter book series? Right. This is J.K. Rowling. She's the famed author of the Harry Potter book series. Right. Yeah, she's so good. They took her ass out like she don't matter. It's her book. J.K. Rowling, right, is a Luciferian Satanist. And I tell her to her face. You hear me? Let me come up for this. I will tell this lady to her face that she's a Luciferian Satanist, and I can prove it. Right. Not to mention she has a visual proof and literal literature proof. When you think about the Harry Potter series, especially a lot of the recent, the early movies, they was basically the Luciferian doctrine made for children, the kid-friendly Luciferian doctrine. Y'all remember Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, where he had to fight the big snake, and the snake, he was speaking in the Slytherin language, basically speaking in the demon time language. So you got to ask yourself, how are you able to understand what demons are saying? Another topic for another day, y'all. You hear me? But think about the Harry Potter series, man. This is J.K. Rowling. She's the author of the Harry Potter series, right? Now, I'm about to connect some dots for y'all, right? I'm about to prove to y'all that J.K. Rowling is definitely a Luciferian Satanist. No, I'll tell it to her face. I'll tell it to her face. All right. Yeah, man. J.K. Rowling, that was basically her just, you know what I'm saying? They basically just shut her out the deal, but she know better than to run her mouth too much because she's too deep involved, and she knows she say too much, she knows what's going to happen, right? Now, J.K. Rowling has a tattoo on her wrist, y'all, right? Right. Y'all see that? Oh, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let me bring it up. Let me bring it up real quick for y'all. Y'all see that tattoo on her wrist? Oh, hold on, what the hell is that? All right. Y'all see that tattoo right there on her wrist? Let me see if I can get a better picture. I'm almost positive I can. We're going to close out of that one. See if I can find a better one. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Here's a better picture of it right here. I'm about to pull it up right now, y'all. Super better picture. All right, fair use, fair use. Y'all see that right there? Y'all see what that tattoo say right there? It is Latin, right? Solve et coagula. Notice Harry Potter said that a lot. My man Garland and Wallace say elementary schools attempt to indoctrinate children to become science projects before boys are at the age to be able to produce testosterone, and before girls are at the age to be able to produce. Exactly. Now, J.K. Rowling has on her wrist Solve et coagula, right? Right? Y'all see that? Solve et coagula, right? Yeah, this is deep, man. I don't want this one, man. I want the one I had the first time. Okay, y'all see what her tattoo say, right? It says Solve et coagula. Right? Can y'all hear me? That's weird. That was weird. Anyway, y'all, Solve et coagula. Right? Right? Solve et coagula means to dissolve and conjoin. It's the axiomatic action or process of every stage in the alchemical purification. All right. What does it say? Oh, that wasn't it. Let me go find it real quick, y'all, man. Basically, though, I mean, just to put it in a nutshell for y'all, right? To put it in a nutshell, y'all, Solve et coagula basically means to dissolve and to bring back together or build and destroy, right? Yeah, that's basically what it means. Basically, it's like build and destroy, but on a spiritual, alchemical, energetic, frequential level, though, electronic level. You know what I'm saying? You want to coagula means to coagulate or coagulation. Now think about blood coagulation. That's the thickening or increasing of the density of the blood, right? So when you think about dissolving, right, coagula and solve, right? Solve means to dissolve or to that which is dissolvable, right? That which can be eaten or taken away, right? You combine those two meanings together, and solve et coagula means the dissolving of density or the dissolving of demons. You hear me? Basically. Now, let's just take it a step further, right? Let's take it a step further, right? So AJ Rowling got that on her, right? Or JK, I'll say AJ, JK. Right? JK Rowling had that tattooed on her, right? Now, guess who else has that tattooed on their forearms? Guess who else, y'all? I'm going to see if y'all know. Guess who else has that tattooed on their arms? Their forearms specifically, right? Y'all see that? Solve et coagula. This nigga has this on his forehead, right? Got the snakes of the caduceus, right? The sun disc with the scales. And this is a man with wings, a goat head, and breasts like a woman, right? This is representation of the LGBTQ LMNOP, he, she, barbecue committee. Shout out to Sinful to P. Agenda. So, that's the same thing J.K. Rowling got tattooed on her forearm. Connect the dots. Right? Do your research into who J.K. Rowling is connected to, what organizations she's a part of, who funded her, what college she went to, who her daddy is, who her mama is. So when they sit up here and show us stuff, God damn it, you hear me? When they show us stuff like Harry Potter, when they show us this Harry Potter movies, right? Now we know why. We can get a better understanding of why. So when we think about the question, why are they coming for our kids? For so many reasons. One major reason being, when you want to bring this society in, you got to come attack the kids because they're the ones who are going to grow up in it. They don't have a frame of reference. You hear me? They don't have a frame of reference to know anything different. But see, we do. We remember before all this stuff. This is why I say this stuff, y'all. We remember how things were before all of this stuff came in. You hear me? Heavy in our face like this anyway. You know what I'm saying? And it's our duty, man. You hear me? To share and talk about this stuff before they get away with it and have everybody thinking it's the okay thing to do, especially the kids, to where the kids are literally calling themselves demons. They're saying they're on demon time. They're getting tattoos all over their bodies and faces, upside down crosses on their face, on their jewelry, calling each other demons, calling each other Satan, Lucifer. What's up, Nakia, baby? We got my baby Nakia Blakely in the building. How you doing? With your beautiful self. And they definitely are coming for our children. And the question is why? Clear, because they want to get the children when they're young. And this image right here of Baphomet with the same tattoo that J.K. Rowling, author of the Harry Potter series, got on her arm. Right? Look at this. This is an image. This is transgender. You hear me? Agenda. This is the you know what I'm talking about? This goddamn bestiality. All in one image. Yes, they do, man. They definitely do. They need Yeshua more than anybody, goddamn it. You hear me? They need Yeshua more than anybody. You hear me? And this is why I say they are coming for our children. Right. And through the over-sexualization of these children is making them more perceptually prepared for this shift that's going on. Now, when it comes to the whole sex thing, y'all, right? Notice that I said that they have to harness this energy through the base sacral chakra. Right? So think about yoga. Think about chakras and all that so-called new age spiritual enlightenment bullshit, right? It's demon time. Right? Chakras, ancient Sanskrit word for wheels of light. We were designed to have wheels of light. The base chakra, the sacral chakra. Sacral is another ancient Latin Vulgate term for shit. Now think about this too, y'all, man. You feel me? While everybody is thinking it's cool to be on demon time and everybody talking about some demon, just keep saying that bullshit and believing that shit, right? Show y'all something real quick, man. All right. X this out too, man. Yeah, homie. Let me show you. Let me show you something. Remember Fire Marshal Bill used to say that back in the day? Let me show you something. All right. So let me show you something. I remember that, man, back in the day, man. Oh, I ain't showing nothing on there. Okay. Right. No, that's hold on real quick, y'all. Hold on. This is why I say this the memory hoe, right? Anyway, I ain't gonna do all that. You feel me? I ain't gonna do all that. But anyway, let me just break this down to y'all, right? This is how they coming for the kids. They getting the kids familiar with this demon type, Luciferian Satanism agenda, right? All these little niggas is saying they on demon time. All these little niggas calling themselves demons and Lucifer. Now think about this, y'all, man. Think about the word and the name Lucifer. L-U-C-I-F-E-R or L-U-C, right? I-P-H-E-R. However you want to spell it, man. It's on you. You know what I'm talking about? Or should I say, not say spell it? You know, how you say it, how you write it, right? Spelling. You hear me? That's why I say we got to overhaul the whole entire human language. Lucifer, right? Now, if you spell the word Lucifer backwards, you get an ancient Latin Vulgate term known as reficle. Shout out to the homie Larry Gators, man. You get this term reficle. Now, when I was studying these words when I was a kid, man, studying all these different languages like Latin and Latin Vulgate words and archaic words and ancient Akkadian and Aramaic words and ancient Greek words and ancient Arabic words and stuff like that, man. It's crazy how a lot of these words are similar. Ancient Egyptian words, you know what I'm saying? Ancient Zulu words and shit like that, man. Celtic words. Even over here in this part of the world, ancient Cherokee, ancient Sioux, you know what I'm saying? These words over here, they all the same, basically. And they referring to the same entities too. But reficle, Lucifer spelled backwards, because Hebrew is written from, right to left like a whole bunch of other languages, you know what I'm saying? So reficle is Lucifer spelled backwards, and reficle is an ancient Latin Vulgate word meaning shit, or the recycling of fecal matter. Right? Now think about, we all got wastewater treatment plants in our cities, right? Think about this, wastewater treatment. I wonder if we ever slow some of these terms down, some of these words down that they hit us with, and if we actually listen to it, to what they're saying, right? The clerk of courts, the court of common pleas, or the criminal court, the drug enforcement agency, reficle or wastewater treatment, not wastewater healing, not even wastewater purification, not wastewater cleaning, but wastewater treatment. That's why I be telling y'all to study words, man. We hear the word wastewater treatment facility and we think the water is being cleaned, but no, it's being treated. Question you got to ask yourself is, what is it being treated with? And even if it was a purification plant, what is it being purified with? And in what ways is it pure? That's why I be telling y'all to study these words, man. I don't be saying that shit to try to style on y'all like I just know some of y'all know. And I'm telling you, put y'all up on game, man. Study these words, man, so you can know what the fuck these people talking about, man. You know I am Project Leroy, man. You already know I am, bro. This is why they coming for our kids. So many reasons why they coming for the kids, man. So think about that, y'all. Lucifer spelled backwards is reficle, which is the recycling of fecal matter or shit. All right. Now you think about that when you think about LSD. All right. You did. Shit crazy, right? So make no mistake about it, man. You know, I sit up here and talk to anybody about it, man. Anybody who think it's a game or a joke, nigga, they coming for our kids on so many levels. And if we don't sit up here and look at this stuff, man, start talking about discussing it so we know what to look for, man, on so many levels, you know what I'm saying? We just, like I say, which one of your kids are you going to give up for tribute? Which one you gonna pick? Which one they pull out the name out the hat and they call you your third one? How you think they gonna? I ain't even gonna say what I was just about to say. I'm gonna keep it to myself. All right. And this is what we do over here at A Real Talk Podcast. Like I said, we having real talk, man. And as y'all see, I'm not just sitting up here just coming off the top of my head with shit, man. This is real factual shit, man. Y'all can go check this shit out, man. You feel me? Y'all willing to go do the due diligence? Y'all can check this shit out. Oh, and let us not forget, we can't forget this. Somebody please watching, please out there tell me, justify it to me, make it make sense, as Tommy Sotomayor has coined that phrase, right? Shout out to him, man. See, I give respect to everybody. I don't give a fuck if they corny or not, man. If you did some real shit at one point in your life, I can give you props for it. How y'all going to explain this one, people? How do you explain this? And I'm not one of these punk asses who's gonna say no disrespect. Nah, man. If you find the truth disrespectful, that's on you. How about that? Because the actual true transgender people, may the mercies of the Most High be upon them and help them whatever they need help with, just like me. You hear me? But to the true ones, they are absolutely against all of this stuff, man. Y'all don't hear from them. They try to silence their voices. They are against this stuff. They ain't none with none of this. What's the point? Why? I got the two questions: why and cui bono? Why and who benefits? How do we as a society benefit from men dressed up like super overemphasized exaggerations, cartoonish, if you would, depictions of women by men? What is the point of having them go to our children's schools, elementary schools, and reading them stories about anything? Care to comment? Anybody but a dead body? Care to comment? Yeah, man. Make no mistake, they coming for our kids, man. This is not me fear mongering. I told you we don't do fear porn over here. I'm not like trying to make anybody panic or anything like that. None of that soft ass shit. You hear me? It's real talk over here, man. I'm waiting. Somebody, anybody who may disagree with what I'm saying, you might think it's cool. You might feel, or I'm gonna say, you might feel like it's okay, and you think you can justify it. You got, hey man, go ahead. You hear me? I want to hear it. What is the point? Why? Who benefits? How do the children benefit from this? What good is it going to do in their life? How is it going to add on and contribute to them developing into a full functioning human being? How? They're coming for our kids, y'all. I don't really even too much care how nobody feel about that either, man. You can say whatever you want. You feel me? Who can deny? Huh? Who can deny it, man? And y'all say they ain't coming for our kids while we sitting up here arguing with each other, man. Going back and forth, which is, like I always say, is needed to some extent. But while all this is going on, they really coming for our kids, and they getting them too. get them for cheap in a lot of ways too, man. Get them cheap. Get them real cheap. So yeah, man, you know, anybody want to come on up and say something, man? The link is right there. I'll leave it up there for a few hot seconds, man. You know what I'm saying? I kind of had a feeling we would probably go a little bit in on this one right here because it's a sensitive subject, and that's all good. The sensitive subjects, I don't mind going +2. You hear me at all? Most of the subjects are sensitive, you feel me? Because we're going to discuss this stuff that they ain't going to discuss from perspective they ain't going to discuss it from, man. And this is not nothing against anybody, man. Like I say, man, anybody who is struggling with a true confusion or not so much of clarity on who they are, you should go seek the Most High, man. That's what I'm going to tell you. I ain't going to tell you go to no psychologist. I ain't going to tell you go to no therapist or a psychiatrist, you know. You already know Project Leroy, man. Hit that like button, y'all, man. Hit that subscribe bell, man. We giving it up over here at Real Talk. This is real talk over here. We talk about real shit. We talk about the stuff the mainstream media ain't going to talk about from the perspective they ain't never going to look at it from because they don't want to tell y'all the truth. But it's up to you to decide what the truth is. That's the difference between independent media, true independent media from niggas from the turf. And, you know what I mean? I'm not telling you have to believe me, man. You ain't got to believe nothing I'm saying. Matter of fact, I prefer if you don't. I prefer you go do your due diligence and see if anything I say got any validity to it and find out for yourself, right? But who can deny, right? How can you deny it? What is the purpose of this? I still ain't heard nobody give me because you can't. That's why, because you can't. If you're a true God-fearing human being, right? And if you have any modicum of decency, critical thinking, deductive reasoning, you hear me? Common sense, as they say, which isn't so common. If you got any type of game about you, right? You can see right through this stuff, man. And really the only people who benefit from it is the people who stand to gain the most. Think about any time we get hit with these type of situations, anything it may be. The people, organization, individual down to the small level, small scale, the ones who stand to benefit the most is likely the most ones who's going to benefit from this. Or the ones who are guilty of making something happen, or the ones to look at when things happen. Just think about that, y'all. And I mean anything. Who stands to benefit the most? That's most likely the one who made it happen, if not did it themselves. Right? So what's the point of this, though? How does, and pause, man, not even like dudes that look like chicks, which I don't, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that would be cool for them to go into school reading kids' stories either, but these is burly looking dudes with 5 o'clock shadows and scary looking theatrical makeup and hairdos and outfits going to read stories to kids for what? For what? Why? What is the purpose? What is the benefit? What is the reason? You hear me? And then think about this, ladies, right? It ain't even ladies' night. Oh, yeah, for tomorrow night for ladies' night, my sis Shaquista coming on, man. You know what I'm saying? She from the hood, talking about Cupcake Knower. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn it, she made herself into a successful entrepreneur with her daycare, and she does a lot more stuff in the community, you know what I'm saying, and all of that, man. She going to be on the show tomorrow to drop some jewels and inspirational game on you young ladies out there, you know what I'm saying, who maybe want to pursue a career in that field or just want some, hear a story and get some motivation for that, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm talking about us. That's my sis, man. She's a sweetheart. And she's definitely going to be on the show tomorrow. We're going to go in. So make sure y'all tap in tomorrow night, ladies' night. We going in. This is for y'all, ladies. Told y'all every Thursday night, I'm going to either have a chick come on here who doing something, or, you know, we're going to talk about a topic that, you know, is pertaining to y'all, you know, saying that y'all can speak on, you know, saying have a platform to come and have this conversation about whatever the situation may be. But yeah, though, who benefits, though, y'all, from this shit right here? And this ain't no disrespect to anybody. And then, like I say, women, ladies, I want to hear one of y'all ladies comment on this, though. What does this say about how society depicts women? This is a very macabre. You know, it's a macabre. You hear me? It's a very macabre depiction of what a woman is or looks like. Very distorted, very inverted, if you would. Very Baphometic, if you would. Right? Wouldn't you agree with that? And my whole thing is, why go to these schools and reading these kids' stories? For what? What's the purpose? What's the point of it? I still have yet to see anybody who advocates for this really explain how the children are benefiting from this. How this contributed to them being productive, critical thinking, young adults, young humans, young people. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. For real, man, y'all, man. I thank y'all for coming out tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? They're coming for our kids flat out. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean? We're just going to keep it 100. My man Project Leroy in the building, man. We about to bring the homie up. Project Leroy, what it do, man? You got to unmute your mic.
All right, can you hear me now, Virgil?
Yes, sir.
My apologies. I didn't want to have that. Might have an echo or reverberage on the program.
No, you good. You crispy clear, brethren.
Oh yeah, man. They're coming for our kids.
Right.
And a lot of times with that, how it came out of the blue, and it's even getting propelled onto our women, because even drag was supposed to be a joke or anything, but now when you start to see people take cues and stuff from drags, especially in the makeup, eyelash, and all that painted on stuff. What's all that for? Is it really supposed to entice a man? Is it supposed to entice somebody? Or are we doing this stage of fun? And then realize that people have a reaction when they see that.
Right. And my whole thing is this, Project Leroy, right? Why? Cui bono? How are the children benefiting from this? Are they benefiting from this?
I don't see any way they benefit from it. I see it from the other side, somebody else behind that. What's their backstory as to why they do this? So even back home over here, there's been a lot of complaints and stuff. Just reading the kids at the library.
Right.
People find that very unacceptable.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, is this being thrown on our kids out of surprise, or are we notified of what's going on, or is something in terms of behaviors is now being accepted that was once rejected?
Right. Right. And this is what I always say about this, y'all. This whole thing, this whole LGBTQ LMNOP barbecue committee agenda, right? This ain't got nothing to do with letting children be who they are, letting them express themselves. It has nothing to do with that. Because if that's the case, we wouldn't be telling little boys that they girls and little girls that they boys. Because if you're a little boy and you think and feel in your mind that you're a girl, something is wrong with you, right?
Exactly.
Now, and the other way around. So it has nothing to do with you being who you are. Because if you was being who you are when you told your mom as a little boy that you felt like you're a girl, your dad would have slapped you upside your goddamn head and said, "Boy, you acting crazy." You hear me? And it ain't got nothing to do with that, though. It has everything to do with confusing the children about sex and about gender, so they get perceptually prepared to be in a society where there is no gender.
Right. Next thing you know, you get the kids' curiosity going, and then all of a sudden they get wrapped up into something they can't get out of.
Exactly. And that's all a part of the plan and what it is. They want to break up the psyche, compartmentalize the psyche even more than what it already is, especially the children. So that can be easily programmed. I want y'all to understand neurophysiology, phrenology, right? Y'all should study these two things and how the brain works. You know what I mean? And when it comes to this with the kids, man, it's perceptually preparing them for stuff that once it becomes a part of basically their DNA through epigenetics, man, they are more susceptible to this stuff. So when it comes to this metaverse and all that stuff coming in, it just makes it more easy to be synced and linked with it. I want y'all to understand what I mean when I say that. I know you understand what I'm saying, Project Big Roy. But a lot of people I know, they probably don't get this stuff like Andrea be saying. But you know what I'm saying? If you just, you know what I'm saying, shout out to Sinful to Pig in, if you just let the game minister to you, man, you know what I'm saying? It's going to bring some clarity to you on this stuff. Because like I said, the question you should always ask is why, man? Why? Well, why are they doing this? You know what I mean? My man, Project Leroy, go ahead, man.
Yeah. So definitely you gotta be careful, man, especially in a lot, towns across the US.
Right.
When you know who you meet up and who you roll with. You got extra questions you need to ask up front. Don't be bashful about it. Because a lot of other things go on in the dark. And especially
Exactly.
things like that.
Yes.
I would almost call it in the P word, from the movie where you got the alien coming around and getting everybody, that word.
Right.
Yeah. It's interesting why this is going on or being, magnified to us today. And today it's already in our faces. So, why purchase the kids? Why go after them? But it seems like that's almost like a recruiting tactic, almost no different from what they had with the military back in the day.
Right. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man, y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why I titled the show, Why Are They Coming for Our Kids, man? And to get to the root of the question and to get the answer is within the question. You know what I'm saying? It's clear to see why they're coming for the kids. You know what I mean? Like I said, when you trying to bring in a whole new society, you know what I'm saying? And a large population of the society is young people. You know what I mean? You want to get them perceptually prepared for it. So when it comes into its full fruition, it won't be no pushback. Matter of fact, they'll even fight and protect it. And this is the ill part right here, Project Leroy, everybody listening. Think about this, y'all. Through human brain computer interfacing, right? Genetic modification, altered carbon, right? They want to sync and link, right? Especially the children electronically to the smart grid, the metaverse, which in other words is the manifestation of demons. We just gonna say what it is, man, because it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so all means of control. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, hey, shout out to Juju. Juju, what's up, beautiful? How you doing? Bigo is a horrible app. You hear me? It's one of those apps that's designed to further compartmentalize the psyche. As you go on Bigo, I think it could be like 12 people on at one time. Just, oh my God, man. Oh my God. The unintelligent artificial intelligence. You hear me?
Oh yeah.
You
Well,
hit
that's all I
the,
want to jump on and let you know, man. I'll drop something in the donation for you.
oh, okay. You already know Project Leroy, man. Y'all say what's up to Project Leroy, man. He a real one. Support the real ones. That's the brethren. Whenever we get this situation together, when we all link up, I'm pretty sure Project Leroy definitely gonna be in attendance. And you just keep doing what you're doing, brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up on the email. We can link up behind the scenes and make something happen or something like that, my brother.
Oh, definitely, man. Keep up the great work. You
You
doing that?
already know, brother. You already know this y'all platform. You're welcome to come up anytime, Project Leroy.
All right.
All
Salute
right,
to
brother.
those up in the chat too. Feel free to jump up. Come on up on here. Speak, or ask a question.
Right. What Project Leroy said. All right, then, Project Leroy, man. Enjoy your evening, brethren.
All right. Do the same, homie.
You already know. Yeah, that's Project Leroy in the building, man. Y'all know he a real one. He support the real ones. And that's what we need to do. We need to support each other and involve ourselves in these conversations, get engaged. You know what I'm saying? And this, like I say, plans of action and definitely solutions. Right? It been doing that, Lance Parker. Listen, y'all. Right? Take this off. It been doing that. Right? He said we already going through punishments. Yeah, man. Big punishment. Right? Conditioning is a better word, Juju. Conditioning. Yes, we are. And that's why every Sunday, me and my dad going to be breaking down the spiritual roots of things so we can get people, you know what I'm saying, as spiritually prepared as we most possibly can for what we about to be experiencing. Yeah. You hear me? And that most definitely is coming for our kids, man. You hear me? My man Lance Parker said, hold on. My man Lance Parker said the operating system Windows is about looking into and surveilling other human. Yeah. All of us been listening, y'all. The unintelligent artificial intelligence has been invading. Listen to me, y'all. Invading, assimilating, and uploading human consciousness up into its hive mind collective, LSD. Right? Yes, they prayed up, man. But also outside of prayer, but prayers without works ain't nothing, though. You hear me? You can't just be prayed up. You got to be prayed up and you got to put feet on concrete. You hear me? You got to put feet on goddamn it concrete, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to do. Get on your good foot. Put some engravement on that pavement. You hear me? Make a beeline. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, y'all. They definitely coming for the kids, man. And I just want to shine a light on that, though, because I think it's important. I see how prevalent it is in society. I know everybody else do, too. We ain't tripping. We're not homophobic. We're not bashing. None of that bullshit, man. We just critical thinking, free thinking people who choose to question, which is our right. Notice how they trying to take away our right. Like I say, y'all, our freedom of speech is directly connected to our freedom to think. So if you take away what we're able to say, eventually we don't think it because we're not able to say it. All right? And the worst kind of censorship is self-censorship. And that's cognitive dissonance. Right? And that's why I say we here at A-Real Talk, man, we don't do none of that. We going to say whatever we want, and we're going to defend and stand up for freedom of speech, which is directly connected to our freedom to think. And I, for one, choose to think whatever the hell I want. How about that? And I want the same for y'all, even if I don't agree with you. How about that? Right? Yeah, man. Juju silly as hell. What'd you say, Juju? Juju said, I'm tired of seeing Tyrone coming in the corner stores with a wig on, talking. You feel me? Grown ass, burly ass dude, man. You hear me? I'm talking about he got the 5 o'clock shadow. He got the square shoulders and shit, you know what I'm talking about? And he got all type of acne on his face if he don't got his beard. Man, I'm like, man, oh my God, man. And just think about this, though, man. You hear me? Think about what this is doing to the psyche of the children, though. Think about it, what it's doing to them psychologically. Think about the images of what femininity and masculinity and manhood and womanhood is being imposed into the psyche of our children, man. The distorted versions of the two that they have. Now they being made to think that they can have over 75 sexual and gender identities to which they can identify themselves with, which is very dangerous. I want y'all to understand how dangerous when we let our children have so much control over how they see themselves. False depictions of their possible potential selves. Think about in the Matrix when we talked about residual self-image. I want y'all to understand how the breaking up of the psyche is preparing these kids to be synced and linked to the metaverse, which is the mind of LSD, Lucifer, Satan, the devil. Yeah, exactly, Project Leroy. Yeah, all of that. We've been hit with this imagery, man. And I want y'all to understand the impact this is going to have on the kids, though. Juju clown. She said a whole entire man energy with a blonde wig, pink lipstick, and hoop earrings on. I can't. Looking burly as hell up in the store. Like, man, we know you ain't no goddamn it woman, man. And see, and this is part of the cognitive dissonance right here, y'all, when we fall in. Notice how when I read the letter earlier, or I was talking about, last night, I was talking about how I didn't use the pronouns, right? Yeah, Juju clouded that. See, that's how we fall into it further too, y'all, when we start referring to men as she, her, referring to women as him, he. And I'm not playing that mind game. I don't give a damn about your pronouns. I'm calling you, if you look like a man, I'm going to think and refer to you with masculine pronouns. You're going to be he, him. Right? Flat out. I'm not doing the mind fuckery. I'm not doing the mental gymnastics. I'm not doing it for one reason and one reason only, because I choose not to. I want the same for you. You hear me? Not Tyrona. Yeah, man, y'all acting crazy out here. Y'all out here advocating for this bullshit, man. Y'all know that shit wrong, man. Y'all know it's wrong. Quit playing with me, man. Y'all know that shit wrong, man. Y'all out here just on the front line, you know what I'm talking about, advocating for it, being okay with your little boy wearing dresses and your little girl getting a, oh my God, man. My Lord, my Lord. My Lord, man. Exactly, Lance Parker. Exactly. And this is a perfect segue from last night or from Monday, right? The show that I had with the Terrence Howard thumbnail, they're using Hollywood to bring in the smart grid. Yeah, man, defended that bullshit, man. That is another thing that was used to further break up the psyche. That is weaponizing victimhood, just like we was talking about last night. That whole Me Too movement weaponized victimhood agenda, right? Which further breaks up the psyche. compartmentalize it to ever more and more little what they call honeycombs, more little identities to be programmed individually and activated. Think about what I just said, y'all, man. Right? Think about the irony, and I wonder if y'all think if how this kids really think about this though, man. You feel me? You know, think about the cognitive dissonance right here, though, man. At the same time, females defend the LGBTQ LMNOQ barbecue committee, especially the transgender, and they are coming for y'all spot. That is so. That I mean, when I think about that right there, I'll be like, God damn, that's crazy, right? They coming to take y'all spot, but y'all side with them on everything. And that is the epitome of cognitive dissonance. That's beyond. That's far beyond. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn it. What's the word I'm looking for here, man? That's far beyond contradiction, right? Their contradiction and cognitive dissonance, they're very similar, but cognitive dissonance is like contradiction times a million, right? You know, we do contradictory things without really realizing we're doing it or intentionally doing them. Contradiction is a part of human nature in this reality, but cognitive dissonance, though, cognitive dissonance, that's a whole nother thing. And I refuse to refer as a man who lives his life as a woman as he, she, or her. I refuse. 2 + 2 ain't never going to be 5 to me, ever. And I stand on that, and I'm willing to defend that. And I want the same for you, all right? 2 + 2 ain't never going to equal 5 to me, man. I'm never going to call a girl who thinks she a dude and she running around all rah. You're not going to call you bro. I'm not going to refer to you as he or him, especially when you got big ass titties on your chest with a fade, looking like Manny Fresh. Ooh, that was bars. You got big tits on your chest with a fade, running around looking like Manny Fresh. They even look like Manny Fresh, Lil Wayne. Goddamn it, what's the other motherfucker? Lil Wayne, Manny Fresh. Goddamn it, and it's another motherfucker, famous motherfucker. Motherfuckers be looking like with they handsome asses, man. Shout out to Simple to P, man. Thanks everybody for coming out tonight, man. I appreciate y'all coming out, man. You feel me? I appreciate everybody coming out, rocking with me, man, showing the support. My man Jay Jermaine blessed the Cash App before the show even started. That's my Columbus brother. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Y'all hit that like button. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page. We going in every day, Monday through Friday, Sunday through Saturday, man. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm talking about? We going in tomorrow night. My sis Shaquisa gonna come on for y'all ladies. Ladies night is tomorrow night. All the ladies, make sure y'all come on through. Bring your friends. Get your Pinot Grigio. You know what I'm talking about? Get your vape pens. Throw your 90s R&B on, man, and get ready for the show. We're gonna go in, man. I think Shaquista is gonna have some very inspirational things for y'all to hear and you know what I'm saying, learn about. She definitely gonna drop some games on y'all if y'all interested in pursuing a career, open up your own business in childcare and how important childcare is, especially right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a field that's very lucrative, and it's a field that I think something that we should be focusing on if we want to have some control over how our childs are developing and being taught and learned and educated. All right. We got my man Project Leroy. Came through with the 5 banger. Appreciate that, brethren. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate all the support, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man, I do this for y'all, man. You know what I'm talking about? I do this for y'all. Shouts out to my brother Red Supreme TV1. That's my brethren. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to all 3 of his platforms right now. Put it in the joint for me if you could. Project Leroy, man. Put that all my brother Red's joints in there, man. Y'all go subscribe to his joints right now. Open up that window on your PC. Go in right now on your phone, type in, go in there and subscribe to the page, man. We dropping heavy game, man. My man Red dropping heavy game, man. He been going in too lately, man, consistently, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you already know, man. So definitely they coming for our kids, man. Make sure you drink your gallon of water a day. Right? Make sure you drink you a gallon of water every day. Try to get in that gym 4 days a week minimum. 5 at the max. You know, before it's cooked. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you stay right what my man say. The opposition knows that kids mimic anything that either parent finds entertaining. That's why it's important to not laugh at anything slightly gay, especially in front of your kids. Lead by example. I'm with that all the way. Don't ever want to make this normal. We don't ever want to make this like this is okay. Like this is how things should be or was meant to be. There's one thing for sure, 2 things for certain. The Most High definitely ain't designed you to been taking no goddamn dick in your ass. How about that? Censor that. All right? You know what I'm saying? You weren't designed to be getting hit in your ass, man, as a man. Matter of fact, I can't even say as a man because men don't get hit in their ass. Flat out. Pause. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all stop on through tomorrow night. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have the sis on there for the ladies. Like I say, bring your libations, you know what I'm saying? Your vino, you know what I mean? Don't drink too much. Keep it at a minimum. You know, y'all ladies, y'all tend to get a little bit loose when y'all get that vino up in y'all, and then y'all get the little, you know, get a little jazzy. Ain't nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying, though? But, you know, when you coming on a platform and you got to conduct yourself in a way to where, you know, when it's a serious conversation, you got to be able to handle that. I ain't telling you to, you know, you grown, do what you want, just, you know, do it in moderation. Do everything in moderation. How about that? Yeah, that is some good advice, man. It is. Yeah. It really is. Lead by example, man. We don't ever want to make these things normal because we can remember when things weren't like this. This is why our generation is under attack in the way it is psychologically. All right? Think about that, y'all. You feel me? Y'all think about that, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go ahead about to get up out of here. I didn't really, you know, I didn't plan to drag this one out this long, but since it's the conversation we having, you know what I'm saying? You know, these type of conversations tend to go on for a minute though, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they coming for our kids, man. And I think it's high time that, you know, more of us start speaking out against this stuff, man. It's making your voice heard in whatever way you can. Shout out to Shantrastic Trill TV on the front line, sis on the front line. You hear me? With the purple pink bullhorn and everything, and got the Roscoe on her in case you want to act stupid. You know what I'm saying? Laughing at violence, hold on, my man. Laughing at violence in front of your kids has the potential of encouraging your child to murder others for your laugh. Yeah, man. And that's why I say I want to limit to the not only how often they play these games, but what type of games they playing. You shouldn't be letting your 8-year-old play Grand Theft Auto. You got to understand that is sinking and linking their brain to be prone to violence. Why you think these little niggas out here don't even want to fight or box no more? These little niggas want to shoot you. They shoot you for looking at them crazy. Right? Shoot you for telling them to put it, pay and pull your boy jacket slacks. Had to tell a young nigga the other day to jacket slacks, man. You hear me? What y'all know about that terminology right there, man? Only a few know about that terminology. Tell the young boys to jack your slacks up, man. But don't jack your slacks on me. You hear me? You know what I'm talking about, y'all? Yeah, man. Thank y'all for coming out, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been a beautiful show. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody got something out of this tonight's show. You know what I'm saying? I hope that everybody can clearly see that they're coming for our kids. And you're going to do your due diligence in your part. You know what I'm talking about? There y'all go right there. Go subscribe to all 3 of my brother's platforms right now. I mean, right now. You hear me? If y'all ain't hit to my brother Red Supreme TV1, man, TV2, and Truth, goddamn it, Spoken Money Podcast or Dollar Sign Podcast, go subscribe to all of them joints. You feel me? And all the rest of them joints that my brother Project Leroy throwing off in there right now, man. Definitely go rock with my man Red, man. You know what I'm saying? He rebuilding this channel, and he need all the real ones to go over there and rock with him and support him, man, just like we all do. You hear me? SBC, so what's the solution to all of this? These conversations, the solution is the more you know, the more you grow. The solution is when you interact with your children, you make sure you monitor what they interact with, especially how much they interact with online, digitally. Monitor their time on the phone and their interaction with social engineering, social media. Right? Make sure you know what they're doing when they're on there. No, these are simple solutions. But like I say, the solution is always within the problem. You know what I mean? I will be cracking up a bottle of my man Chevelle Wiley Wiggle Juice, draped Imperial Grapes tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the mango papaya, if I'm not mistaken. I think I'm going to pop that open tomorrow for ladies' night. You know what I'm talking about? Ladies' night tomorrow night. Yeah, man. Definitely coming for the kids, man. Gotta say that. I got to say that. You know what I mean? And we can't be scared to say that stuff, man. You gotta be worried about YouTube or none of that shit, man. People be on his YouTube saying some crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Right? You know what I mean? And one thing about the facts, man, is you can not like the facts. You can choose to be offended by it. But one thing for sure, man, you can't contest them. And then beyond the facts is the truth. You know, the truth resonates, man. You know the truth when you hear it, right? You know what I'm saying? Especially when you connect the dots. You know what I'm saying? That's where that deductive reasoning come in and that critical thinking, man. Being able to connect dots, man. Y'all got to understand how important it is to be able to do that. You got to understand how important it is to realize that they trying to get rid of that. They don't want us to think critically. They don't want us to think at all. That's why we got Google. You hear me? So, you know, make no mistake, y'all, man, about it. Definitely is coming for the chillings, man. And you know what I'm saying? We most definitely cannot allow that to happen. So like I say, the solution to that is, man, get with your kids, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you monitor what they do online if you allow them to. And I'm going to just be honest with y'all. Let me come up for this, man. I'm going to just be honest with y'all. Anybody that's 15 and under, we shouldn't even allow them to have access to social engineering or a lot of electronics. Their brains is still developing at that point. You know what I'm saying? That's why these little niggas is out here acting crazy. You feel me? Because they've been raised by the unintelligent artificial intelligence. On both sides, by the actual technology they interacting with and by their mama that most of these guys are raised by. And even the ones in two-parent homes, they're having situations with this stuff too. Social engineering has had a huge, major impact on our society, or social media, should I say. My man, President. Yeah, man. Either understand the facts or get mollywopped over the head with the facts. One of the two, you gonna get it. One way or the other, you gonna get it. You hear me? Go over there and subscribe to my brother Red page right now, man. All three of them joints. Tony Stacks with the facts sent you, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go ahead and end this one out, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming out. Like I said, tomorrow night is ladies' night. We definitely going in. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know I got to leave y'all with some music, man. This is how we're going to end the night, though. You know what I'm saying? This is a song that I'm going to just start leaving the show with, man. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to everything, man. Yeah, that's true, man. Got our own wallets. And notice about these words that they put in the lexicon too, man. Look at, pay attention to these words that they put in the lexicon. You hear everybody using these words. Everybody is a narcissist. Oh, you're a narcissist. He's a narcissist. She's a narcissist. I want y'all to understand that these words being put in the lexicon in the way that they are, this is programming. Neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. Neuro-linguistic programming. Right? So when we start hearing the word narcissistic, we all start taking on the energy of the word that and that's attached to the word. Goddamn it, narcissistic base word, narcissist. Right? Y'all know who narcissist was. Y'all can do your research on who narcissist was. You know what I'm saying? To where the point where we start all displaying narcissistic behavior in some way, because when you realize what narcissistic is, we all possess narcissistic ways to some extent. It's actually a part of human survival. And that's another topic for another day. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I thank everybody for coming on out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be easy. Enjoy y'all's evening. Tomorrow we're going in ladies' night. And the feeling's right. Oh, yes, it's ladies' night. We going in tomorrow. We got my sis Sharquisa coming on. Drop some jewels in game on y'all with her life experience and how she got to where she going and where she at right now, and it's going further. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I was in a halfway house and she used to come in the Family Dollar where I used to work at and be buying up hella Pampers and diapers and wipes and all that stuff. And I'll be like, damn. She like, and now she's like expanding. Like, it's a beautiful thing, man. You already know Uncle Diggity, man. You already know Uncle Diggity, man. You already know, man. We always going to have great builds over here, man. Real talk. Hey, real talk. Real talk, man. None of that fuckery, man. None of that fuckery. You know, we can engage on the fuckery like how we going to go do Friday night when my man Self come through. We going to clown. We going to, like, me and Self going to tell y'all the story of how me and Self know each other, how we met each other, you know what I'm saying, things we've been through individually, you know what I'm saying, and where we at now, you know what I'm saying, coming from the turf, you know what I'm saying, and we just going to clown because my nigga is funny as hell. Y'all going to like Self, you know what I'm saying. He's a very magnetic, charismatic guy. You know what I'm saying. He's an awesome father. We're going to get into that too. Very inspiring for me. You know what I'm saying. Knowing that nigga the way I know that nigga when we was kid, that nigga is one of the best fathers I've ever seen in my life. You hear me? Crazy as hell. So we're going to do that on Friday night for y'all. And then Saturday, got a whole lineup for y'all Saturday. Hey, Project Leroy, if you still listening, could you put the smash that like button and all that stuff in there for me, please? On Saturday, I'm going to have my man Nick, right? Columbus, Ohio native. I got to put on for my city. I'm going to have my boy Nick on here. He the CEO of goddamn it Cousin Bougie Fashion House. You hear me? The brand and all of that. He into everything, NFTs, artwork. My man is a genius. You hear me? And he going to come on the show Saturday, man. We're going to chop it up on what's going on with Cousin Bougie, man. Everybody, I swear y'all going to like that. Y'all going to like my man's Nick. You know what I'm saying? Nick is a fly dude, man. He one of the flyest dudes I ever met in my life on some real stuff, you know what I mean? And I just like what he doing. I told him whenever I'm, support you 100%, he going to come on Saturday at 8. You know what I'm saying? Every time the show airs, it's gonna be at 8, unless it's just like some stuff come up and I just gotta holler, whatever. But 8 is the slot. 8 p.m. Sunday through Saturday, Central Eastern Standard. I mean, I said Central Eastern Standard Time. You from Ohio, 8 o'clock. We going in Monday through goddamn it, Friday, Saturday through goddamn it, Sunday through Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday left. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday left. That's how we going in, man. So y'all enjoy y'all's evening, man. I'm sitting up here stalling because I'm trying to see what music I'm gonna play for y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Hey, you know what I'm talking about, Project Leroy, man? Yeah, y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming out, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna ride out listening to my man, the Butcher Boys, man. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna play a couple songs for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? People been sending me emails talking about, so this, man, we like the music at the end, man. I be feeling that, so I appreciate that. So, we definitely gonna keep that going. You know what I'm saying? So y'all enjoy y'all's night. Thank y'all for coming out. Make sure y'all tap in tomorrow night. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the page and all of that on your way out. Hey. It's 11:11 right now. Thanks everybody for coming out. I truly appreciate it. I love y'all, man. Real talk, man.
Boogie Major. We on the rise now. Middle fingers in the sky now. Rolling hate, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listen in the top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come around. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E&E throwing up shit. And we stay ballin'. Rappers must my spawn in. All looking for the fall in. Switch on fall in. And we go all in. While we listening to all in. While you all talking. We smoking and coughing. Till we laying in the coffin. Glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit. Killing in vain, that's vanity. Yeah. Do it again, it's insanity. Yeah. Nauseous a real vigilante. Yeah. Killing these kids is plan B. Yeah. Then it's too hot with an antifreeze. Yeah. Blowing on leaves from these planted trees. Don't break the code, this family. Yeah. We cutting off legs like amputees. My foot was classic, antique. Yeah. Freaking the beat is in Japanese. Yeah. Ever I'll cook is a masterpiece. Yeah. When money talk, we speak Japanese. Fire and flame it with gasoline. Yeah. Passing my sons, that's a legacy. Yeah. Studied the gang, how they testing me. Yeah. They dropped the ball, man, that's incomplete. Feeling so bad, make a retreat. Yeah. All of these gems you can retweet. Yeah. Play with your boys on repeat. You pay the price with your receipt. Below $1 million, flipping it. Everyday knowledge is sickening. Trying to flip bills to trillions. Turning these good girls to villains. Lyrics is sick. Butcher with shit. Any clip what we represent. Put it on wax like a candlestick. We moving units and measurements. Cooking it up in the lab. We just performing experiments. Since I'm the bomb atomic, these rappers out of my element. Middle fingers in the sky now. Rolling hate, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listen in the top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come around. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E&E throwing up shit. And we stay ballin'. Rappers must my spawn in. All looking for the fall in. Switches on fall in. And we go all in. While we listening to all in. While you all talking. We smoking and coughing. Till we laying in the coffin. Glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit. Glitch, nigga. Perfecting my flow. If I'm on the track, then you know it's a go. So guarantee, nigga, and I guarantee treat the gas like the clippers. You know I'm a choke.
Only exotic when blowing the smoke. No one ahead of me. I got the recipe. Do this shit easily. This is my destiny. Sick throwing lobs. I'm dunking on everything. Niggas is sick, and I got the remedy. What I prescribe is extra artillery. Get in my zone and start going berserk. I'm feeling like Clay when he went off for 60. With the bullshit, swear to God you can miss me. Best friends with the money. Aaliyah and Missy. I come from the bottom. To try me is risky. Throwing this K like that bitch is a frisbee. Real talk. Let me lock in. Show these niggas what I do. X Rain, I be standing next to players too. Front of line shit, nigga, I'm the fucking truth. Top 6 ever, upper 5 in my group. Niggas still bang top down in the coop. Put your boy up, and we coming for the loot. E&E shit, we the best, yeah, it's true. This is guaranteed, nigga, this is what I do. Yeah. Glitch the guarantee. E&E. What up, Sick? With your boys, yo. Throw the gas, nigga, light it up. Light it up. Money to be made. Watch my niggas run it up. Run it up. Diamond crush the shade, just in case we wanna stunt. Dropping hot shit, cause this is what the people want. Rolling L after L in the city, bitch. You know what time it is, nigga. This is motion glitch. Put your boys back, nigga. We about to make it lit. This is what the people want. This is what the people get. Glitch, nigga. I'm battle tested for several lines on several lines. I set the spines when all of my stars don't align. My pen out of this world. I go to Mars with mine. Come back and blow up the booth. That's double homicide. Big blunts, orange hairs in it. Look like some pumpkin pie. E&E for life. My niggas stick to them family ties. The guarantee and what I do is up to me. I mean, a nigga so dope. I'm talking about a quarter key. Okay, now wake me up and let me elevate. I feel we the best, nigga. Let me set the record straight. Started from the bottom, now I'm here. I relate to Drake. High up in the clouds, yeah, nigga, that's my day to day. Earthquake bars, fuck around and make the ground shake. Y'all gon' see a big bang. Shit be like tectonic plates. Me and Sick back at it, now we gotta demonstrate. Coming at you niggas neck, we ready to detonate. Boom, bitch. Throw the gas, nigga, light it up. Money to be made, watch my niggas run it up. Diamond crush the shade, just in case we wanna stunt. Dropping hot shit, cause this is what the people want. Rolling L after L in the city, bitch. You know what time it is, nigga. This is Marshall Glitch. Put your boys back, nigga. We about to make it lit. This is what the people want. This is what the people get.
Sick physicist, mix up shit like chemists. All up in their mouth like a world dentist. Shorty scared, like, why you always killing it? Told her never get to the hole without finishing. Lyrical, gremlin, coming for your businesses. Pickpocket him, that's what he get for dribbling. Sick man, hard, like trying to gargle cinnamon. Keep thinking shit sweet, watch me make it interesting. North flawless and oh, nothing, no blemishes. Talking more businesses, on top of more businesses. It's me, MC, with no hesitation. Don't want all the smoke and help to meditation. Some rappers in the game just here for decoration. I'm fresh into the game, ventilation. See hate in your blood, sense and frustration. Got niggas right in the ride, like a bus station.
Throw the gas, nigga, light it up. Money to be made, watch my niggas run it up. Diamond crush the shade, just in case we wanna stunt. Dropping hot shit, cause this is what the people want. Rolling L after L in the city, bitch. You know what time it is, nigga. This is Marshall Glitch. Put your boys back, nigga. We about to make it lit. This is what the people want. This is what the people get. Yeah. Glitch the guarantee. E&E. Put your boy shit. Motion glitch, nigga. Y'all know what time it is. We here. Put your boys, nigga. We get that double
and blow this green, now we lit, nigga. Fuck all this hating when it's all this bread to get, nigga. Plus all this swag shit, we got it on the low, nigga. That's how it goes, nigga. Butcher boys, nigga. We get that dough and blow this green, now we lit, nigga. Fuck all this hating when it's all this bread to get, nigga. Plus all this swag shit, we got it on the low, nigga. That's how it goes, nigga. Glitch, nigga. Blowing back in my whip, some shit I can't explain. The guarantee for you niggas, if you forgot my name, I'm still the same, but really I'm trying to handle things. Push a button, all of a sudden you see the ceiling change. Real game from a real nigga, come take a look. Got on my apron and gloves, nigga, now watch me cook. Exquisite bars, I really should write a fucking book. Let you in my world if you curious about the route I took. I was a cool nigga, I could handle the rock well. I used to have mad birds chirping me like a next tail. I used to bag dimes, I'm married now, so oh well. The catch I made will go down in history, nigga. Odell, rolling up these trees, you notice it from the good smell. All type of issues for niggas, I'm like a book sale. Loyal to my niggas, I promise you that I won't tell. Success is on delivery, nigga, and bitch, I got mail. Your boys, nigga, we get that dough and blow this green, now we lit, nigga. Fuck all this hating when it's all this bread to get, nigga. Plus all this swag shit, we got it on the low, nigga. That's how it goes, nigga. With your boys, nigga, we get that dough and blow this green, now we lit, nigga. Fuck all this hating when it's all this bread to get, nigga. Plus all this swag shit, we got it on the low, nigga. That's how it goes,
That's
nigga.
how it goes. When North shit glitch in the booth, it's time to take cover. Still don't see the scoreboard, man, the game over. Man, they reign over. They try to tame a cobra. It's my turn to make the game tilt like Range Rovers. Same joker 2 times over, face holder. Something in the water, I think we got us a floater. Blood smoke, all in your throat, ready to choke you from this bread, everything butter. I'm a toaster. Sick happily, leave another casualty. Keep shooting for the kill. That's why they drafted me. If they try and tackle me, they better bring the cavalry. All this fire from my mouth, I got dragons mad at me. Clips dragging them, must be slaying dragons with the way your change the teams, man, it must be bandwagon week. Another classic wine shell from the tapestry. The right wanna do their research before they ask for me.
Boys, nigga, we get that dough and blow this green, now we lit, nigga. Fuck all this hating when it's all this bread to get, nigga. Plus all this swag shit, we got it on the low, nigga. That's how it goes, nigga. With your boys, nigga, we get that dough and blow this green, now we lit, nigga. Fuck all this hating when it's all this bread to get, nigga. Plus all this swag shit, we got it on the low, nigga. That's how it goes, nigga.
It's all in principle. Flow seem invincible. 0 over 0, man. We not divisible. Indefensible. Leave them all critical. Gotta be accountable. Every individual. It's all in principle. Flow seem invincible. 0 over 0, man. We not divisible. Indefensible. Leave them all critical. Gotta be accountable. Every individual.
Man, I'm the lieutenant general and captain. My son, it's like God gave me his qualities and wrapped it all in one. You niggas should be happy that I just be rapping for fun. Crowds clapping, throwing shots, and they ain't even got a gun. My bitch met me. Now she see these other niggas counterfeit. She don't stress over small things, cause daddy gonna handle it. She ain't gotta say nothing, I read it like an analyst. The only time I go to doctors when I need more cannabis. Man, I'm sick, I really go in the booth and just let it rip. This shit come out bananas like I'm shooting up a rabbit clip. Gangsta and a gentleman. Please excuse my temperament, like your team losing stripes, like they sucking on a peppermint, no stimulus. But I can bring you right out your deficit. You can run with my team if you meet the prerequisites. Words sacred like the scripture you find at the Vatican. Rain in the butcher boys, it's an automatic.
It's all in principle. Flow seem invincible. 0 over 0, man. We not divisible. Indefensible. Leave them all critical. Gotta be accountable. Every individual. It's all in principle. Flow seem invincible. 0 over 0, man.
invincible, indefensible. Leave them all critical. Gotta be accountable. Every individual. Some cash, some digital. All business though. Doctored up the flow. Now my patience is clinical. Say one phrase, keep them hung all on my scores. When kings say dead or alive, you need both. Then we play my favorite game. Bodies flow, my flow like the current pushing boats down the coast. Dirty game, no soap. Tears flow, no joke. Hang 'em up with no rope. No chance, no hope. Laser focus, super scope. Bars packed in every verse. X-ray and bank accounts. Just to see who really broke. Shorty didn't get the note. All of this on one quote. Two smokes. I be getting dumb head. Stupid girl. Yeah, be all up in my business. Wondering who is this? Wipe the scene clean. We ain't worried about forensics. I see the hate. I can spot them like weightlifting. It's what your boy seen is gonna be a bad ending. It's all in principle. Flow seem invincible. 0 over 0, man. We not divisible. Indefensible. Leave them all critical. Gotta be accountable. Every individual. It's all in principle. Flow seem invincible. 0 over 0, man. We not divisible. Indefensible. Leave them all critical. Gotta be accountable. Every individual.
Nigga, here come the re-up. See me, I'm batting clean up. A lot of greatness whenever you bring my team up. Wake up, brush my teeth and roll up. I gotta beam up. Married to the game, wedding ring with a prenup. No need to sign on the dotted line, we been lit. I'm all about the Benjamins, nigga, I'm on my puff shit. Blowing trees from Cali on my corrupt shit. Business in the booth, I only come to fuck up shit. Money come and money go, that's all I need to know. Jews around me shine bright, but I don't need the glow. 6 said kill them and Rain told me they gotta go. I'm separating niggas from head, shoulders, and knees and toes. Guaranteed to make them sick for raining on you hoes. I got a little brand, but I'm about to make some more. E&E, moving dope, you know what it's hitting for. Rain Man, Butcher Boys, hot shit, case closed.
It's all in principle. Flow seem invincible. 0 over 0, man. We not divisible. Indefensible. Leave them all critical. Gotta be accountable. Every individual. It's all in principle. Flow seem invincible. 0 over 0, man. We not divisible. Indefensible. Leave them all critical. Gotta be accountable. Every individual.
I bet you like the way we do it, huh? Smoke a little, drink a little, you into it, ma? Drop the loud, roll it up, then it's crown in my cup. Guaranteed to turn this motherfucker up. Now everybody hands up and hold them high. We gon' make it high, bitch. 4th of July, like the pilot in the cockpit. I'm in the sky, it is what it is, nigga. Don't wonder why.
Watch the champagne pop, that's how winners rock. Oh, you back in next year, that's beginner's talk. My geek is in the hood, get smacked in the community. Pick the left or right, and it's equal opportunity. They start the eulogy, they dead from all the foolery. Keep your mouth shut, man, I'm honest. Brutally, drip down frugally, off E&E jewelry. Every bar explicit videos containing nudity. Shorty don't know what to do with me. That's cool with me. I usually put it all together quite beautifully. I'm a different dude, so I got a tip for you. Peacefully, you lucky I'm in a given mood. No stress, this easy. Had to leave me with a 3-piece. This #1 CD shit. About to do a 3-piece hit. So critical, it's coughing at a physical. All these rap tutorials, I'm what they pay attention to.
I bet you like the way we do it, huh? Smoke get 'em high. We gon' make it high, bitch. 4th of July, like the pilot in the cockpit. I'm in the sky. It is what it is, nigga. Don't wonder why. Yo, dollar signs. Yep. I see them dollar signs. I wake up and I make up and I get up on my grind. I'm a shooter, so I don't need a lot of time for mine. It's looking like it's green every time. Green watch, so I stay fresh. Bitches getting shady for the dough. You niggas looking crazy for the dough. Making bands in this bitch, like I'm Diddy, now you know. Chopping trees, I'm buying house pack. Can I get a whole big ones? Keep them coming sick. Real niggas feel the shit. I'm well polished in everything that I manuscript. I'm paying fire since niggas was rubbing 2 sticks. I'm flame. Ask more doctors, I'm tough to deal with. Track and field through a beat, that mean I run shit. Niggas bringing swords to gunfights, that's dumb shit. With your boys, I promise we can't be fucked at all. I guarantee niggas we on the up, bitch. I bet you like the way we do it, huh? Smoke a little, drink a little, you into it, ma? Got the loud rolling up, and this crown in my cup. Guaranteed to turn this motherfucker up. Now everybody hands up and hold them high. We gon' make it high, bitch. 4th of July, like the pilot in the cockpit.